What's up, people? What's up? Welcome to another round. Please excuse me. I am stuffed up. Okay. Oh, my allergies have been going cram and my nose is stuffy. So y'all just gonna have to bear with the girl tonight. I'm sorry. It is what it is, but we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna talk about this show. We're gonna make it lit. If you guys didn't enjoy 45 minutes of the episode, y'all can be here. We're gonna make that 45 minutes lit for y'all. And then we'll discuss the last 15 minutes of drama, chaos, lies, make believe, whoever decided they gonna make it up and talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, we're gonna get into all of the mess that was Ready to Love last night, and I was here for it. I hope you guys was here for it. I'm glad you guys are here with us today. Please, while you're here, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, please do us that solid. That's all we ask. The likes and the shares and the subscriptions are everything to us around here. So please be that blessing and bless us. Okay, this time, you baby, we be putting in for you people. Grown sir, please. Grown ma'am, please. Okay, thank you. That's all I ask. Hey, Chris, I'm gonna bring you up, Mama. Hey, love.
Hi, Jay. Hey, everyone. How are you?
Good, good, good. Let me turn my thing up so I can hear you a little bit better over my nose.
Aw.
Yeah, I got the poor little sniffles right now. It just got, it is sad because it just got worse as it got closer and closer to time. I'm like, geez, all of a sudden really can't breathe.
Oh, man. I hope you
Hey,
feel
everybody.
better
Huh?
really soon.
What'd you say, Chris?
I hope you feel better really soon.
Oh, me too, child. Me too. I've been taking my black seed oil, trying to push whatever it is, if it is something out. I'm getting rid of it all. Every time I go to the store without a mask, it's my fault because I didn't take a mask.
Aw. Well, I tell you what, you still look gorgeous. I'll say that.
Hey, I'm trying. If something ain't gonna be right, I'm gonna try to have one part of me looking like I'm okay. I ain't gonna come over here and total mess. Piece
No,
of
you
tissue
look
hanging out my
beautiful, Jay.
nose, a roller in. Hey, everybody on the chat, welcome on in. Come on in so we can get talking about last night's episode. Cause baby, that last 15 minutes was giving me all kind of life. I was like, what is happening?
It was a bit intense, right?
It got a bit intense. I'm not gonna lie, through the whole episode it was a little entertaining. I was kind of here for it. It was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
conversations that were being had, and
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated the way that they were going down. Um,
I agree. I agree. I think there was a lot of questions that even we had that was answered in last night's episode.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I noticed a lot of little things. Like I even noticed people were like sitting in a group together, and I don't know what happened by the end of it because that was that energy was short lived, I guess. Because as we were watching Sabrina have her this discussion, I noticed that Joy, the kid, and Carmen was all together and they were engaging before it. So I was like, "There's peace around there from time to time."
Yeah.
I just don't know what happened.
Listen, they need to touch their nose. They were being so nosy. They were like, "This is entertaining."
Right. I was like, oh, y'all all in it and stuff. And you know what? I gotta say, I appreciate Sabrina for the fact that people with small boobs can make these shows. Okay, little boobs matter. We need love too. Okay, like
That's right.
I was
That's
like,
right. Spread the love.
finally,
Spread the love.
finally one show that I see somebody with some regular sized boobs on it. Because you watch The Housewives, everybody got big boobs. You watch anything else, everybody got big boobs. And I was trying to feel like there's no place for us little boob heifers.
No, do not feel like that, Jay. I'm trying to be on y'all team.
No,
I
no,
want to be on the other side.
be happy with what you got because when y'all be wearing certain outfits, it be looking good. I'd be like, I can't wear that. Thank you, Mocha. All boobs matter. Let them know. We're gonna make it great. We're gonna make boobs great again. No, oh my goodness. Okay, we is being silly as always, but for real, we got a couple more people coming in a little later. Of course, you guys know Sean is on Sean's time, so that's what y'all gonna get. Okay, Sean is gonna be on Sean's time, and that's it. And we not gonna pitch a fit. Anywho, let's do what we usually do. Initial thoughts of the episode. How did you feel?
Initial thoughts. I think that we all knew who was going to be eliminated. I don't think that was a surprise for anyone. I think that we kind of saw that coming. Um, and I'm glad that the connection started to get more solidified because though we're like almost at the end, I know last week I was still like, I don't know who's going to be with who because it's so like a lot. I mean, people just have so many connections. And I say the word connections loosely, but so many connections that sometimes it was hard to kind of figure out who's going to choose who. So, my overall thought about the episode was that it was entertaining and that we have a better idea of who might end up at the end with who. It was interesting to see how some connections fizzled out. But it was necessary because it's time. You can't keep playing the fence. It's like, are you with somebody? Are you not? Are you choosing them? Are you not? Who's your strongest connection? Or is it time to go home? So I thought overall it was a pretty good episode. It got spicy at the end, but I thought it was pretty good.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I know it. The season kind of felt like it's been dragged out a bit or whatever. So because we didn't have no real establishment of connections outside of Joy and Clifton, but it is like episode 10, and we only got about two more left. So I'm just like, hello,
Hmm.
we do got to start narrowing it down, really, for real, and start picking some people. And so yeah, I was appreciative of that part that now we're starting to get some couples that we can just come up here and talk about instead of just trying to figure out okay, what about this trio and what about this dynamic, and
Hmm.
it's like we can just really focus on situations now,
Definitely.
and
Yes.
just really see it for what it is. And we knew Tori was going home, and surprisingly enough, I was like, he looked the happiest that I had seen him.
They put him out of his torture. He's been miserable for quite a few weeks. So I'm actually happy Tori
Yes,
went home too, because
yes,
his connection was no longer a connection. So
he was big smiling and everything. So I was like, he is rest to go home for real. Like, okay, let that man go, please. Please let him out of it. So yeah, we don't have much on Tori. Tina, we'll talk about Tina because that was another short-lived story.
hmm
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm like, did the production make you come out here? Like, what happened? Why did you come? Like,
They had to. They had to. They had to say, okay, let's just kind of put a bow on this. So I think that's what happened because it's just clear that Tina was gone before she was gone. She was like, I'm checked out.
all the way checked out. And I mean, she came in just, she came in like a little reggae ball, clearly, like, I just want to talk to Donovan, and that's it. And I was like, huh? And I kind of get it. As like, one, we know that Donovan was making the phone calls, but then like even when the last date that she had with Donovan, Sabrina and Phil, you could tell he'd been checking on her
Hmm.
for at least keeping her mentally there a bit. So I wasn't totally surprised when she came in with just like, I want to talk to Donovan, but it was just like, girl, you can kind of give the other people that are your other so-called connections a little something as well. And then to just go sit outside.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. I just
Yeah.
wanted the common courtesy. I don't know if, of course, we don't know this side because we didn't see it when Donovan was reaching out. I think she might have been replying back and forth with him. I feel like he mentioned something about texting back and forth. So I'm like, okay, I hope she's communicating. It's okay if you are not in it anymore. I just think it's important as an adult, as someone just out of courtesy to communicate with people, whether that's production, Tommy, Donovan, and whoever else. Just say, hey, I'm not in this. And that's okay, but just communicate. So I hope that she just didn't leave people on unread or something.
That part for real. Hey, Essence, what's up,
Hey,
Hey
mama?
y'all.
Essence.
Y'all know I'm supposed to be doing my homework, but I had to jump on here.
Welcome.
We won't keep you long. If you gotta go, you gotta go. School is more
Okay.
important than this, you know. I know. We missed you. We ain't seen you in a while.
I know.
How you been?
I'm good. Just trying to get this over with, but I had to jump on this conversation because this episode was it was lackluster, but it was interesting as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what are we talking about?
We were just really on initial thoughts, and then we were just getting the first two out the way, which is Tori and Tina, because
Yeah. I'll say this. I'll say that because of the structure of this season with them inserting those curveballs, how they were doing that initially, I think that's kind of where they messed up this season. That's where they lost us. It's dragging out right now. But I will say a benefit of that is that we're able to discuss these episodes very objectively because as they were inserting these curveballs, we haven't really established an emotional connection to these characters, to these people. So I'm able to objectively kind of evaluate these behaviors. And it was time for Tori to go. He didn't have a connection, honestly. Um, Everybody can go, honestly, because the only connection on there is Clifton and Joy, from what I can see. And as far as Tina goes, that whole scenario is just confusing to me. She didn't say anything that really gave us any context. So I don't know.
I know, and it was like he was trying to drag it out, pull it out of her. What's her thing or whatever? And she's just, and even in the confessional, she's just like, I'm having a hard time saying why. It's just like, girl,
What do you think it was?
You said it on your way in. You
What
having a
was it?
hard time. Really, it sounded like she was just having a hard time juggling being a businesswoman, a mom, and trying to date multiple people. And I get it. I get it. Especially being of a mother of a young child and trying to be on set. That can be a
Right,
lie.
but you would have communicated it, right? Like
Yeah,
what?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like you could have just easily said that. You said it.
you're
You
right.
said it on your way in your confessional. So I don't
Right.
understand why that was such a hard thing to really say. Like, hey, I don't have a real connection here to try to put the real effort into this. I got XYZ going on in my real life. I need out. I know I wanted this, but I need out.
Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
She
Very
did say
simple.
she realized that she's not ready to love, so that we give her that.
So,
I,
so, so
I
wait,
think
that was
her
unclear to
connection
me
would have
though. Is she gone?
respected that
Gone?
more.
Right,
Huh?
exactly. Is she gone now? Because that was unclear to me too. She said she was
I
open when she was sitting and she was talking to Carmen by the water. She said she was still open. So I'm like, is she gone or is she coming back? Well, next
I
season,
think she's
next episode.
gone.
Next episode, she's supposed to be talking to Tommy though.
no, she stood Tommy up
She
in
stood
this
him up.
episode.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's gone.
Yeah.
And I just wish she could communicate that clearly.
That's
It's
another thing
okay.
that
Yeah.
strikes me odd.
Yeah.
The Capricorn moon, as goddess is saying, because in these interviews that she technically wasn't supposed to have because she was still part of the show. So you guys might find them, you might not. I know Kamisha did one and Little Black Book has did the other one. And I think Kojo had took his down just because she technically was still on the show. But I know in his for sure, she said she manifested it, that she wanted to be on the show. So that's what was throwing me off about the whole behavior that she had once she got. And now I do understand she didn't intend to be a curveball, but you wanted to be on the show and you got on the show. You're one of the few people that they didn't reach out to you. You reached out to them. You got on the show and you're not happy with it.
Mm. I'm
And you know
perplexed.
that does happen, Jay. In
Uh-huh.
essence, like there are times in life that you really want something, and then once you receive it, or you receive what you perceive it to be, what you've been praying about, waiting for, hoping for, that it's not all gold and
Yeah, you're
glitter,
right. You're right
right?
about that.
But
You're right about
how
that.
do you respond is more important. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Everything's not beautiful. And not only that, I think sometimes we forget, not to get too deep, but I think we forget that with everything that we hope and pray for, there's a responsibility attached.
Yeah.
And that's
You're
not
right
the
about
fun
that.
part.
That and I like that you said that, Chris, because that's where I was going. It's like, sometimes you don't. It's that saying, "Be careful what you ask for, because you just
You
Yeah.
might
got to
get it
count the cost. Yeah,
Hmm.
for
or
sure.
whatever." And it's the reason they say that is because when you're asking for these things, you're supposed to also be asking to prepare me for these things that I'm asking for. One
Hmm.
of Tyler Perry's plays said it the best. It's like, you keep praying for a man, keep praying for a man, God sends you that man. You're like, nope, don't want that one. So you pray again, start praying for another man. And it's like, it's after a while, after so many prayers, it's not the man's that God is sending you. It's you. You're not
Hmm.
prepared for anything that is coming to you. So you
Hmm.
have to be like mindful of what you're asking for, and like understand, I want this thing, but prepare me for everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
Artists want the fame. Well, some, I'm not gonna say all, but some artists want the fame and fortune and things like that, but they're not prepared for all the other stuff that comes with it.
Hmm.
You have to be mindful that all the glitz and glamour comes with a whole bunch of baggage and BS that follows it behind it very, very closely, if not pulling it to you. So,
Very true. And I think that's why the journey is so important, because it's not only about what we're believing and hoping and praying and waiting for. It's about the version of ourselves that we become while we're waiting.
mhm.
And so if you're not dealing with some things, if you're not growing out of some things, if you're not unlearning some things, then you're going to have some issues, because then you may be trying to embrace a new opportunity from a old or broken place. And so it's important that you allow your process to happen, and along the journey that you continue to grow as a person. And this is not towards Tina specifically, this is
Yeah.
just in general. That, yeah, we just have to remember that there's a journey, there's responsibility, and the growth is part of the journey. And so, yeah, so wanting an awesome relationship is great. Maybe it was timing, maybe it was some growth needed to take place, or maybe it was both.
hmm and
Yeah,
like,
you're absolutely right.
and I know if Sean was here, his favorite thing, and what did you learn from it? Do you know? That's like you said, Chris, the journey of going
For
down the
sure.
journey is what you learned from it, you know.
And can I just add this? It's really important that you handle people
Hmm.
well. And it's not that it's okay if you don't make a love connection on this show, but you got to be careful how you handle people. Because you
Yeah.
just never know. These could be lifelong friends. This could be connection, like in other ways. Like you just never know. So just got to handle people. And I get it if it's just not a good time in your life. Like I completely get that. It's just you got to learn how to verbalize that and say, hey,
Hmm.
it's just not what I thought it was, and I think that this is either not a good time, or I'm not connecting with people like I thought.
Yeah.
Small segue from it. Actually, ladies, a question, because I had kind of noticed a pattern, especially with this season, more so. Um, from this season so far, what did you guys take from it? Like, what did you learn from it, if you did anything?
I learned to be true to myself in this dating world, and I hate to call it a game, but it comes off like a game. Just the dating world in general, but like just to be myself and to make sure how I'm representing myself, because I don't want to put out an image and then be shocked when I am addressed in that manner. And so I want to be honest about who I am, so that I don't rob anybody of a choice. When you're choosing to be with me, you are choosing from an honest place, because I've showed you a pretty good idea of who I am. And I also don't want to steal anybody's choice as well by trying to just have my representative show up. And I know everybody puts their best foot forward, but you still want to lead with being genuine, not leading with sex,
Mhm.
personally, because then I can't get shocked if that's all that you're focused on later. Because I kind of put the energy out, and it's kind of hard to like pull that back because you give somebody a perspective. So yes, just to embrace my full self and be honest about what I want, and also to know what I need, because that can eliminate who I'm entertaining as well.
Went the wrong button. Trying to hit the mute button. Anyway, Essence, did you get anything from the season? Any takeaways?
Um, I guess one of my biggest takeaways would be just to be consistent in who you are. When you're showing up, and having different experiences with different people. I just never want one person to say their experience with me was completely opposite from another person's experience with me. And so one of the things that I noticed, like with Joy, when they're doing their lives, I've watched Donovan, I've watched Paul, I've watched several of their lives, like I will to say, to Joy's credit, everyone basically says this very consistent, says the same thing about Joy and says the same thing about how she shows, and Carmen too. I have to say, even with Carmen, just showing up, just a confident, sure of themselves. And that's something that I actually respect. And I respect that out of people in general, people who are authentic and show up as who they are consistently.
I like that. So you both are kind of like on the same page of just being true to oneself or whatnot, with
Right.
the takeaway for the most part. I think my biggest takeaway, especially with this last episode, would be the way we communicate with each other. Because I've seen a lot of different things. We know Sabrina is very good at communication when she wants to be. She can be very eloquent with her words and deliver them just the way they need to be heard. And she can be a little something else when she wants to be on the other side. But I appreciate that she does, give that good, strong, solid try at communication a lot. But on the other hand, when we have her friend, on the other hand, Dakia, when you see her, she wants to leave it up to somebody to tell her instead of her asking. Communication is really, it's a three-way street, but it's a two-way street when it comes down to it. It's the sender and the receiver. If I don't send you any signals, you're not going to send me anything back. So if I don't ask you any questions, you're not going to tell me anything. And and we say this all the time, when we watch Put a Ring on It and stuff, when they're not asking the questions, or they're waiting for the man to make the decision, or like with Mavs, it's the same thing. They're waiting for the man to make this move and all this stuff like that. Why are we still waiting? Why are we waiting for him to tell us something he may never tell us? Because we're not opening our mouths. I live by that code, like myself. Like, if you don't ask me, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to volunteer information, because to me, you not asking me means you're not mentally capable and ready to receive anything I might tell you. So for me, I need you to say, I'm in a space. This is a good enough space for you to tell me what it is.
And that's actually something. Sorry.
Go ahead, Chris. What you saying?
I was just going to say that's actually something that you could actually do a whole video just on that, because communication is so complex. Because here we have Dakia, who is waiting for someone to communicate to her. She's not asking the questions that she really wants to know. And then on the other side of that, we also have Carmen, who was asking the questions of what she wanted to know, and she almost got her head chewed off for that. It's that teetering, especially as women. It's teetering that line of communication. I really want to know this, but I don't want to come off as like annoying or too dominant. So that's actually a good point that you made.
But and then to the flip side of that is Paul asks us about a bunch of questions.
Right.
And he wants to be in your stuff, but he doesn't want to answer none of the questions being asked towards him or whatnot. So, and I've noticed a little thing too. It's the way we ask, probably too, because I did notice. I noticed, even though he's asking what's going on with you, and it could be deeper than just what's going on with you. It's more general. He asks a general question than more, how was your date with such and such, you know?
Right.
And sometimes I think that could be the harshness of Carmen, is that it's so direct.
I agree.
That, you know, it could come off a little bit too pushy, a little needy, a little clingy, a little, you know, a little
you have
much.
to find that balance, right?
Yeah. So sometimes you do have to, even though you want a specific thing, you have to tippy-toe your way into that conversation sometimes by starting off general and then try to get more specific. And then maybe there it again, she probably tried it and it still got, as soon as it got specific, it got shut down. So
yeah, communication, it's an art. It's a craft.
Yeah,
It's
it
balance.
definitely is. And you and it, like I said, once you learn the person that you're talking to, you can kind of know how to maneuver your way in a conversation with that person. Because some people are just not going to receive just a direct conversation. You got to get them some metaphors and similes. Talk like Shakespeare, and they understand.
I think it's tricky in this setting though, because like you said, learning like, okay, who am I talking to? How do they respond? It's like you want to have like a good balance. I don't want to keep asking specific questions about you and I, because then it'll come off like I'm being needy or whatever. But then I will still want to know where your head is, right? So it's like just trying to find that balance, and still let the person pursue you a bit. So it's like just finding that real good balance. I'm a believer that I'm single until I'm not single. And so I would be connecting with as many people as I could at the same time. I wouldn't just be grabbing at connections just for the sake of it. Like if I'm not feeling you, I don't need to go sit in your face. Like I'm just not. I'm going to be nice. Hi, how are you? And I'm going to keep walking. Like I'm not going to like sit in your face and this and that, but I'll have at least one conversation, one date. And if I feel like there's nothing there, then we don't need to play this game. But at the same time, just having that balance, like, hey, how is the process going for you? Do you feel like you are connecting with anyone here? And, you know, they could lie and play, you know, kind of answer around the way, but at least I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, how many people have you connected with? You know, just trying to get a better like idea. And then if you need to get a little more specific, you can. But yeah, I think everyone's waiting to hear the right answers, but a lot of people aren't asking the right questions.
Right.
That is so true. Yeah, it's the balance of it all for us. And since we need a little balance, let's get a little testosterone up in here. Hey, Sean.
Okay, Sean.
What's going on?
Hey, Sean.
We're going to have a roadside chat.
Pull over and be safe if you have to, man. You can come back.
Or just don't look at the camera.
Right. Do like I do. Just put it on the icon.
Yeah, I'll put my thumbnail on in 2 seconds.
And then start blowing your horn at people like, get out the way.
Move. Get out the way.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, we were just talking about conversation and
you popped up on here. What's going on? I thought you had your master work to do.
For me,
he's talking to you, Essence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I told them I had to just pop up on here. You see what I'm at.
She's taking a little break.
She's gonna have our conversation all in her notes and her
right.
Exactly. Don't put that in your research paper.
Ready? All in her papers. And Carmen said,
Tina's a no-show.
Exactly. It's gonna be all kind of stuff. Anyways, we were just on here. We were discussing the first two gone. So basically Tina and Tori, and then we were just going on a general takeaway from what we got from the season so far. And so Chris was basically saying being true to herself and being open, and Essence was talking being, you know, about the same thing, being true, upfront, and communicating with each other. And so that was my takeaway for sure, was communication. What you get from the show so far?
But real quick though, is Tina gone? I thought she was.
That's what I said.
I didn't know she was gone.
But we don't know.
She's set Tommy up. So at this point, once you done stood the host up,
Maybe it's up to her if she comes back or not. I don't know. But it's at
Okay.
the end at this point. I don't know.
So I guess we'll see the conclusion of that, but from what it looks like, she's ghosting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which would make
Mhm.
sense because next episode it would be a female's turn to leave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she self-eliminated,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Twice.
Another self-elimination without informing
Didn't she say that on
Tommy.
Kojo's interview that she left the show?
Yeah. That's why I said she
Oh,
was
that's
doing
why I had to
interviews when
come
she's supposed
down.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, she did a couple of interviews when she wasn't technically supposed to. So,
I mean,
Oh,
just
she's a
say
real
that you're
rebel.
leaving. That's it. Just say you're leaving. But anyway, those are just my thoughts.
that's what we got. just say bye.
Yeah, that's it. Send a text. Something.
I manifested this, but this is not what I wanted. And so, all right, bye-bye. I got a kid. I gotta go. But you know what?
Yes. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about with Ace. They were saying like Ace didn't tell production, but she said she told production. It wasn't necessarily Tommy, but she said she told production like she was done. And so production is the reason that she even went on her date with Tori. Because she was like, I was done, and production asked me to do this last little date or whatever. And I said, fine. She was like, I was gone when they sent Laverne home. She said that same night, look, they sent Laverne home, she was gone. So
Oh wow.
I guess he wants a special reach out or something. You know, you got to call him
Or
on the
maybe
back
for
phone.
camera.
What?
No, because I think typically in the past he's had one-on-ones with the people who leave. You know, so I guess that's his expectation is either you reach out to him directly or somebody notifies him directly so that he can have a one-on-one with the person. So,
But I feel if I tell production that's their job.
Agreed. Maybe they were just trying to get it on camera to like wrap up that person's journey. I don't know. But they should have like communicated better.
Yeah.
I just think in his mind, he feels like, you know, you got to kiss the ring, Tommy ring.
Yeah, probably.
So
Did y'all catch how
he needs to make that point known.
Did y'all catch how Tommy had the confessional this episode? That was new.
His own confessional, yeah.
Yes.
Listen, he is so over it. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
He got stood up and he made his own confessional. They said, oh, hell to the dog. Hell to the dog,
So dramatic.
Y'all not going to stand me up.
Oh, man. That's so funny.
Yeah. Hey, Seaway.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
How y'all
Seaway.
doing?
Hi.
Hey.
We good. Yes. Okay, we're going to move on from this madness or whatnot. So let's talk about well, since Sabrina's down to her 2 connections, so she say, let's talk about Sabrina with her connection with Demetrius. D&D. Yes, Demetrius. I like that, Chris. With D&D. How y'all feel about what we're seeing so far with this? I can't see faces, and Sean is driving, so I'm not going to throw Sean off. So I got to jump in with your people that don't have.
I'll jump in. Sabrina. I have to say that I have really liked Sabrina the whole season so far. But I'm starting to get like just trying to follow, like, okay, just trying to follow. Like, I loved how I didn't love everything she's done so far, but I like how she's not trying to navigate this experience or process. However, I'm just a little confused. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, what did she want? What is it that she's looking for? Because I thought her and Donovan had a thing a couple episodes ago. I was like, okay, they both been through similar situations. This might be a thing. And then the children thing, I was like, maybe that's going to be an issue. because he looked really annoyed at the little lake house the whole weekend. Um, she seems like she really likes Demetrius. However, now she has some concern that he's not doing enough, which I don't necessarily disagree with. That she wants to be pursued, but I don't know if Demetrius has changed. I think he's been that way. So I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I know she doesn't want to be submissive. And he's like, he's not really giving her anything until they become, I guess, either exclusive or more serious or off the show. And I know that he was more affectionate. I don't know if that's necessarily what she meant. So I'm a little confused because I think Sabrina's going to surprise us. She may end up choosing herself. Who knows? I thought I knew who she was going to leave with. I'm not so sure anymore. So still trying to figure that out.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah. She's confusing. She's confusion. Essence. How you feel about this dynamic?
If Sabrina does not choose herself, then I definitely think she is going to probably go towards Demetrius, not Donovan. Especially after we saw a little bit, it was kind of contentious with um, Donovan and Sabrina during that brunch. He said that she chewed his head off or something like that. But if I'm being completely honest, I think that the initial interest in Sabrina was that she probably was the most attractive to the men initially. But that is just a prime example of attraction will only get you halfway. So I think that the attraction, like especially with Donovan, the attraction got his interest, but I'm not sure if her personality really aligns with what he was looking for. Sabrina and Carmen are completely different, and he seems to be way more interested at this point in Carmen. And then with Demetrius, again, I think that the attraction really piques his interest first. But I don't think that they're compatible just due to the fact that she's already said, she's communicated that she's not a submissive person, at least not by default, she said. And that's something that Demetrius really is looking for. Like I would even say he's looking for a woman who is by default a submissive woman, which is nothing wrong with that. To each his own. So I just think that at the end of the day, there's just not anyone there for her.
I hear you. I hear you. Another Sabrina choosing herself. Lord jeez.
And I'll just say one more thing about Sabrina. Another thing about Sabrina that I just noticed, correct me if I'm wrong, is just I feel like Sabrina just does not ever self-assess. She's always talking about what someone else needs to fix. And that has just been such a pattern of hers. And Demetrius does it too. They're always talking about red flags or something that put them on pause. And I mean, that's something I don't know. That was just interesting to me.
I think this episode she did really equate herself with Demetrius, more like on a level. Like, yeah, they were real parallel to one another. Yeah. So I mean, there's tendencies in both that. I mean, they came in wearing matching plaid pants one day, so I'm just saying.
Yeah,
enough said.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Seaway, you there, Mama?
Hey, yep, I'm here. I think Sabrina is just out of control and a bit delusional. I don't know what planet Sabrina lives on, but it's not the planet that I'm currently on. Sabrina wants Demetrius, and she wants to sit and talk in his face and try to make him into a person that he hasn't been and won't be. I don't understand though why Demetrius thinks that he needs to wait till someone is in a relationship with him to make them be in a relationship with him. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you need to show something that would encourage someone to be in a relationship with you. Like the fact that he's playing this backseat because she got other connections is just par for the course with him. So literally he's been this way the whole time. But she continuously wants to sit in his face, then wonder why Donovan and Tori in the past are kind of falling back from her. And then every time someone falls back from her, she's acting like she don't know why they're falling back from her. And that's why I said she's delusional. I don't get it. I'm running with this theory that Sabrina is emotionally unavailable and doesn't want to be loved right now. Because if she did, there is no reason why she would be going after Demetrius and not paying Donovan any attention and doing the things that she's doing. She's wasting her time. She's wasting our time. I agree with Essence. She's so pretty. She's very cute. But at a certain point, when you're playing all those games, like, you're only gonna be cute for so long. Look at Jasmine on Married at First Sight. I mean, it just literally only goes for so far. So I don't know. I want Sabrina to find love for herself, but she's sitting around playing games. I don't know if we're gonna get to Donovan separately, but he's a red flag too, because how you like Carmen and you like Sabrina? You're all over the place. What are you actually looking for, sir?
I ain't got no type.
Clearly.
I like what I like.
I was just gonna say, I don't think he's ever verbalized that. He's never articulated what he's looking for specifically.
I don't think he know either. He's sitting around playing right now too.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's all I got. Sabrina,
Anyway, you better take that back. There's gonna be a lot later.
She said what she said, and that's what it is.
oh, Donovan in the comments. What I would love for, if he was, I'm sure he's not, but if he do pop in, I would love to know how you like Sabrina and Carmen.
Well, he did say at the end they different for different reasons. So
yeah, real different.
Well, Carmen was giving him attention at the during the weekend, so maybe that's.
So he liked whoever liked him, because that's
maybe.
what it's.
could be it.
Yeah,
Could be it. You know, that seems to be Demetrius' thing. You know, you got to show me 100, I give you 100.
Demetrius wants to be pursued.
This is true.
He wants to be courted.
What she said it to him. She said it to him. She said, we want the same thing. You want to be pursued like I want to be pursued. I'm like, why don't y'all just both run around in a circle and then we'd be okay.
Right. I mean, most people, once you realize you're at a roadblock, you're at an impasse, you might as well just like kind of just go your separate directions, because I'm not going to be arguing with you about pursuing me. Like, at everyone's big age, you know if you are going to do that or not. If you're choosing not to do that, then that's, you know, that's fine. You go your way, I go my way. Mm-hmm. But I hope in the end she chooses herself, because I think she's realizing that no one on the show is really kind of what she's looking for. So I think she'll end up choosing herself. I don't see her walking away from this show being linked to anybody that she's not going to stay with. So
listen, I feel like she would get voted off because production be like, we ain't about to have two Sabrinas and two back to back. Choose themselves. Oh, hell no. They gonna stop casting these same lame folks. Shy, you want me to go or you gonna go?
No, we can go. I can go rather.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Essence said so much of what I wanted to say as well. In that I see, you know, a lot of critiques and feedback that Sabrina has for the guys, which I think is awesome, you know, because feedback is a gift, but I don't see where she's dealing with any of her issues. You know, how are you dealing with your process? And what are some things that you've learned along the way? And how have you grown to be a great mate in a relationship? Because right now, all I see her saying is like, show me your card, show me what you have to offer me. But I'm not seeing what's so great about her other than, you know, she's seemingly very smart woman. She's attractive. But outside of that, what are the things that are going to make her great in a relationship and make you want to do the things that she wants from you? I think when it comes to her and Demetrius's connection, she doesn't like the challenge, but she likes the challenge. So it's about the push and pull between the two of them. I think he's annoyed with her, and now she's starting to get annoyed with him. And whenever you set up that scenario, it's either going to go, you know, hot and heavy and fizzle out, or it's not going to go anywhere. Donovan, I think the mistake she made in their connection was she blindsided him. You know, when they were sitting, at the, in the group together at the end, and she was saying how she felt and what are the things that are on the negative side. That should have been stuff that they talked about. And he seemed very surprised, and he also said it. So I think either she was grasping at straws, or that was something that she never talked to him about. So I don't think that's fair. And to me, that's a red flag, right? Like, if you can't tell me what are some concerns you have, and like have us talk through them, then how are you ready to be in a relationship if you don't know how to communicate what challenges you're having? So I thought that was unfair, that she just kind of hit him with that, and then was like, what's the big deal? Why you get so upset? I'm just giving you feedback. Well, yeah, no, that's nothing wrong with feedback, but it should have been given to him first before you said it in a room full of other people. So those are my thoughts.
I cannot believe you guys have finally crossed over to my side. I am so proud of you all. Okay. No. Okay, but seriously. No, I definitely agree with you all, especially with the part that she's emotionally unavailable, because if she was, who she would have went for was Tori, because he was giving her the emotional attention she craved and wants from these two other men. Bambi, not now. Okay. So it was just like really odd that you would be the one who wants to vote off what you were actually wanting from these other two. Demetrius is not going to give you that, because Demetrius wants you to pursue him. So he's telling you already straight out in your face that he is not going to do anything more until you give him a definite, which is asking a lot of her in this process. And I do get that they've been supposedly tuned in since day one, as he puts it, but she still got options, and it's not our fault that he doesn't have any more options or whatnot. And so it'd be more so beneficial if he said, okay, you're the only true option I have. What are we going to do with it? But he doesn't do that. And then Donovan is watching you continuously cater to this person who is waiting on you to cater to like give him a straightforward answer or whatnot. And he's seeing this and he like, okay, so where am I standing in all of this? You're not giving me nothing straight, clear cut, and precise. And then you blindside me, like you said, Sean, at deliberation, and basically tell me that I'm not giving you what we already discussed, or what we discussed was a problem of me being, out of a relationship, out of a marriage, in another relationship, whatever the case may be that they had the discussion on. Now you're telling me that's a problem when I thought we already got past that part. Because that's basically what he's saying. So as much as you can communicate very well when you want to, you don't when you need to. You want to hold the hands with Demetrius and have this heart-to-heart felt of how he needs to show you more and all this stuff like that. And the man is literally telling you, I'm not going to give you no more than you give me. If you're not giving me 100, I'm not about to do it. And so respectfully on both sides, I get where they both are coming from. It's like, I want certainty from you, but before I give you mine. But if you keep doing that with the same person, you're not going to get anywhere, because that person's not going to give you certainty because they're waiting on you to give them it to them. So it makes absolutely no sense, like Seaway say, to keep pursuing that situation. If she does stay on the show and she doesn't choose herself and chooses somebody, I'll really be surprised. I would really be surprised if that's the case. But right now, how it's being set up and everything, I just really see her trying to stay on the show. And then at the end say, I do choose myself. Because she's not ready to love, to me. Demetrius, yeah, I don't know. I something has been off since day one with him, to me. I'm not about to chase you. If I show you some interest and you don't chase after me after that, that's it. That's it. I give you one shot. I give you one shot. I'm gonna let you know I'm interested that one time, but after that, I'm not going to keep chasing you for nothing. What's my reward in it? What is it? I need something. I need something to
There isn't any.
Yes, if you're not giving me no bait, what am I chasing? And look, I like a good chase sometimes, but if I'm not seeing nothing at the end, and if I feel like Sabrina does, like I don't want to put myself out there to be let down, I'm definitely not about to do it. So I would have been gave him up. I would have went for the safer option. Honestly, I don't went for Tori. And Donovan, he's just like shit. I don't moved on. Excuse my French. But I'm gonna move on because I see you over here feeding a whole nother man. What are we doing?
I guess he's just matching energy.
That's what I'm saying. And so everybody's matching her energy and she's not getting that. And so I'm with you guys when she's sitting here pointing out everybody's thing is like, baby, we need to put a mirror in front of you so you can point at yourself a couple of times, because at the end, when you're sitting here telling us that he can't handle you pointing out his red flags, but that's what he's doing back to you. He's not attacking you. He didn't attack you. He just pointing out the same red flags that you have. Like, I'm big on communication. Like, you're big on somebody pursuing you. Give me mine. And she went, oh my God, I can't believe he's attacking me for me pointing out some red flags. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, okay, well, why are you making it a big deal? Hear what he got to say, correct it, be like Paul. You told Paul all of these things and Paul corrected and Paul's still here. Can we get a moment like Paul? That's all I'm saying.
I do agree with Sean that, like, if I have not expressed a concern to you, I'm not bringing it up in front of a group. But everyone's not the same, right? But I am that way because I just feel like it's just not fair. You know what I mean? But listen, I know that might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but for me it is. Because if it was flipped and that happened to me, I'm like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't we have this conversation prior to now? I just believe in certain things being like giving someone an opportunity, or you just might not care to speak to them about it. But for me, if it's not brought up one-on-one, because I felt like there was a lot of information and opinion given in the confessionals. And I was thinking to myself while I was watching, like, is this being told to the men? Like, or is it just for the confessionals, right? Are they finding this out when they watch this, or like at some point later on in the season? So yeah, that was definitely something that I noticed as well.
And yes, me, it could be revenge red flag telling, but at the same time, if you throw a stone at me, I'm gonna throw one back at you. Like, you're not just gonna be hitting me upside the head with stuff I don't know about. Like, like they're Sean and Chris is up here saying, like, you just gonna throw some stones that I don't know about, and I'm supposed to be okay with it? That makes absolutely no sense. That I agree with you, Chris and Sean. Like, we should have a private one-on-one if this is a problem. But you're not telling me is a problem.
And also, Jay, that doesn't mean I have to date you. I could still think it's a red flag and pull back. Just if we're getting to know each other on a certain level, this is just my thought that I can at least give you that much respect. At least that. That's all.
Yeah. I know we all have different levels of red flags, but to me, you appearing not to be available for commitment is less of a red flag for you not showing me that you're even interested in me. That's just for me. Because, I would assume that we're leaving this show to see if we can work into something more. So commitment can come over time. But you not having interest in me is just not going to change that. And I just don't have the patience enough to keep pursuing you to make that change in you. That's just me. Now, everybody else could be different. But yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts on any of these people before we move on?
Not for me.
No, nobody. All right, we moving on then. Let's go to Kia and Paul.
Is that really a thing, Jay?
The friendship that is Dakia and Paul, it could possibly be something later on in life, but the friendship that is blooming before our eyes.
Okay, that's fair. The friendship. Okay. I think that Paul is really trying to make sure he stays to the end. He was like, I need one more dinner. But yeah, maybe they'll be good friends. Maybe they'll be good friends. But I, I don't see it at all. I don't think she's interested in a romantic way. I think that her connection is no longer a connection with Clifton, and so she's open to hanging out with Paul. But I just don't see it as a romantic connection at all. So maybe they will have a great friendship. But that's for me. That's all I see. I could be wrong, but that's all I see.
Church finger.
Go ahead.
Because, I've been warming up to Paul and everything, but I have to be honest. Now, I want to hear y'all thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen was not lying. I don't think Carmen was lying on Paul. I think Paul said everything that Carmen said about the kid. I really do. She don't have a reason to lie. I could just tell by the body language, his facial expression. He said he didn't say. I think that he said everything that Carmen said, that he said about Takia, as it relates to him not being really attracted to her. Whether he meant it or whether he was just saying it kind of just to appease to Carmen. I think that he said everything that Carmen said. So now, no, I definitely don't see it for Dakia and Paul, not just because of that, but also I don't even think that Paul was Dakia's number 2 or number 3. I mean, I really don't. You can tell she's not that interested, but I feel like she is flattered that he's interested in her. She wanted Clifton so much so that she was crying this episode. So yeah, so yeah, I don't see a connection at all. I don't see any of that with Paul and the kid at all. Sorry to that man.
No lies told, sweetie.
Essence, you are amazing.
No lies told. If you're not gonna do your homework and be here with us, tell the truth, baby. That's what I'm saying.
I love it. I just don't think they should be forcing anything at this point. We real grown, and we can't be forcing connections and love connection. It's like, why are we wasting time? I just don't understand.
You're not gonna understand because this is their game that they play to stay to the end with no check and no prize at the end. So we'll never understand it. But I agree with Essence. They're just friends at best. That's about it. This is it is what it is. I think about 75 to 80% of what Carmen said was probably accurate. I'm pretty sure she put a little, some little sparkles on it. She tried to make it a little bit more spicy because I know she don't like Takia for whatever reason. And what she said was very hateful. Even if Paul said it, her saying that ain't gonna hurt Paul. It's just gonna hurt Takia. So that was the whole point of that, to make her feel low. So because I know she got that type of spirit with her, I'm gonna take about 15% off of what was said because you're evil. You have a mean spirit. There was no reason to say all that. So I'm gonna take 15% off of it and go with that percentage of what was accurate. Either way, he was talking trash. To what extent, we don't know, but he was definitely talking trash, which goes to say that it's just like, if you really, really liked Takia, you would have liked her when you said that she should be thugged out or whatever. You would have, been into her then. You're not into her now. So both of you guys, like, literally just stop. I'm really down for them moving this show to Oklahoma, so we can get people really looking for love and not TV time. They need to get out of these major cities and go somewhere that people are literally just like looking for love. Go to a random place, because this DC nonsense, I'm sure Miami's going to be worse. It's just like, why? What are y'all doing? Takia, you don't want Paul. You were just crying about Clifton. So, I don't know. What's the point? This season's weird. You didn't ask me, but I didn't learn anything from the season. I just wanted to put it out there. Except for
Yeah,
this
this
season,
season's weird.
freaking weird.
You learned this season is weird.
Yeah, it was produced better than last season for sure. At least we got like a beginning, middle, and end. The production is better. It wasn't like random connections, nothing like how like Phil popped in like episode 10, like nothing like that. It was like episode 10. We definitely have like follow-ups, follow through. We're following the characters, like production is better. But like the actual people on the show, it's just weird. I don't know what I can take away from this season at all. Really nothing.
I feel like everybody's trapped this season. Everybody wants to self-eliminate, but they can't. So
Like everyone's in the sunken place the entire season.
they can't. They production is like, nope, we need a damn show. Y'all go keep y'all butts here. I don't care what you say.
Right, Ready to Love Connecticut. We need Ready to Love Maine. Ready to Love
Jesus, no.
Iowa City. Like we need to something different. This is not
Ain't no
working.
black people in Maine, T-Way. It's on the own network.
Ready to Love Italians.
Ready. Even like a Ready to Love Phoenix. I mean, just something different.
Oh no, it's thugged out at Phoenix. Oh no.
Phoenix, see where you going the wrong way.
Okay, but ain't no people looking to be no superstars in Phoenix.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
Oh no, Phoenix, they gonna be all up there. Yes, they is. Yes, they is. Yes,
Are
they
you kidding
is.
me? Phoenix is a major city.
It's
They
a major
trying.
city, but are people trying to
Scottsdale, maybe. Ready to Love
actors?
Scottsdale. We
Okay.
could go right outside the outskirts of Phoenix. Go to Scottsdale.
You ain't gonna find too many of us there either.
Yeah, you're not, but maybe enough.
Ready
Somebody
to
said Utah.
You ain't finding us at all.
Definitely not gonna find us there. You find Mary from Salt Lake City.
That's about it. Lord. Sean, you here?
I'm here.
What's your thoughts on the Kia and Paul?
So I don't know. I mean, I hear what everyone is saying. I leave room for that possibility. But I think another alternative is that Takia realizes sometimes we have to have a moment of reality. And we realize that who we think we are and what options we think we can get maybe aren't the options that we can get in actuality. And I think that might be what some of those tears were that Takia was crying about, because the men that she thought she had access to really weren't feeling her. So I think now sometimes, and it's not, I don't want to say settle. I think just a reality check. So I think if she's being honest, I don't know how genuine Paul is being, but he seems to have some interest in her. He sees the value, because he's called her, a power woman in so many terms, I'm paraphrasing. And I think he has been complimentary of her. So perhaps she's like, you know what? I went after X, Y, and Z, but what did it get me? Because even when they were sitting and talking and they went out on their little date, she was like, my heart's been broken a lot of times. I'm like, damn, baby girl. I get it. Like we can, everybody can have some heartbreak, but she sounded like there was a trail of tears. So perhaps she was going after the wrong type of guys, again, looking Penub in all the wrong places and getting, hurt in the process. So perhaps, again, I don't know, but maybe she sees Paul as a safe landing space. So I think if she was trying to look at her better bet, she might consider somebody that really is valuing her versus somebody that she has to chase and run around with. That's what I think. I don't know. And then on the other hand, with Carmen and Takia, I don't know why those two go at it like two cats in a bag. I really don't know why. It just makes no sense to me why they have to be so contentious with one another. And I don't know what it's rooted in. However, I do think that was mean of her to, of Carmen to say. And, I'll make this little comment. Take it for what you want to take it, throw it in the garbage. It's okay. But I did take note of, I didn't want to talk about it, but it came up, it's kind of like in line with what we're talking about. When I think Takia first showed up to the thing and she had on that crop top, I was like, nah, sis, like, don't put on the crop top, you know? It's just not for everybody. So I think things like that get you in a place where people are looking, and if things ain't sitting where they supposed to sit, and you're putting on certain things, it's gonna leave, a man's eyes to look, and then they might just express an opinion. So I think he might have said, like, hey, listen, certain things ain't sitting where I personally like them to sit. Not that she's a bad looking woman, but certain things might not have been what they should have been. And then she put them out there on Front Street for everybody to see. And, there was some opinions. And Carmen shouldn't have brought that up, whatever those opinions were. But I think sometimes we get a little too bold, a little too comfortable. It exposes us to some scrutiny.
No crop top.
And I'll land my plane.
He's
You may have to turn off her camera.
he's so Sean, you know what I mean? But it's all good. We love you, Sean. But
I'm just laughing at Sean's like delivery was just
because he's
so eloquent with
Sean.
that.
It's hilarious. But I feel you, Sean. I feel you.
I mean, I seen it, but it's not my place to judge another woman's comfort level on what it is, because I have my days too. I just be thinking I still got it, and sometimes it just don't be there like it was once. When I was an athlete, sometimes them thighs don't be thighing no more, and you be trying to put the little shorts on, and they little saggy around the legs where they should be tight, So I get you, Sean, where you going with this.
Did I miss this? When did she wear a crop top?
She wore it a couple of episodes. Yeah.
The first day
she walked in, and it wasn't the first time, but the first day she walked in the house, she had
yeah, exactly. Now listen, I take my own feedback, right? Y'all never gonna see me on these YouTube channels, in no wife beater. I'm not gonna be out there flexing my half a one pack that I got, right? You're not gonna see that on my IG because I know my lane, right? So that's all I'm saying. Just stay in your lane. And I think she ventured too far out of that lane, and it didn't go well, didn't go well.
Sometimes when you get caught up in competition, you forget you're not in shape. That's all I'm gonna say. When you trying to get out there on the court and you trying to do a full court press and you run out of wind, that's all I can say.
That's what sent that first girl packing, because she didn't have a bra. I feel like that's why she went home, whatever that girl's name was.
I'm turning my camera off now.
That was Dina. What was her name? Dina?
What was her name?
Tina, Kina, Cooney, whatever.
Yeah, I know that's why they sent her home, because she did not have a bra on. I know that was the reason.
And Danny, we saw your comment. It was not no inch in no stomach. Don't you? The devil is a liar. That was a crop top. Her whole stomach was exposed. So I'm gonna need you to just stop the cap. Stop the cap, Danny. Her belly was exposed. And I'm not body shaming. She just put it out there for everybody to see. And you just gotta be, wiser in your choices.
I think we have to realize that a woman's body it's hard to keep up with these standards. And I think as we get older, it becomes even harder. And I think we think just because people on TV can pull off that crop top and it looks good, like most people can't do the crop top the way it's supposed to be done, So I know, Sean, what you're saying. It's not like shade towards her. It's just that the crop top isn't for a lot of people, especially not on, really the crop top is for it's for like the flat, the stomach on flat and the low riding jean. That's what it's supposed to be for. So that's
you still young and popping and you working out and all these things right now, but take it from a person who has had an athletic career and stopped working out and ain't been doing nothing yet. Is for me, I'm kind of like the opposite. So I need to work out to maintain muscle. So if I don't have it, I lose it. And so I just be like little chicken legs around here. So I get where y'all both are going with Sean and stuff, because we sometimes still feel like we in our younger days and we still got it, and we put on some things, and we feeling ourselves, and the confidence is on high. But other people are seeing some other stuff, and they got their opinions. It is what it is. You know, when you want to have your days and you want to be out here like Lizzo and showing all your assets, some people are going to have their opinions.
Not Lizzo, Jay. Now,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying how her confidence has her out here wearing whatever. And sometimes it's not appropriate for the setting or whatnot. We're at a basketball game and your butt is out in front of a kid. It's not appropriate for the setting. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Rihanna, sometimes when the boobs is out of certain things, you know, it's not appropriate for the setting, but that's not, you know, sometimes she's usually doing it at an award show. But I'm just saying, when you have your butt in front of a kid's face at a basketball game, that is not appropriate.
Well, you know, I'm not debating with you about that, but I don't like to get canceled, so I be leaving Lizzo alone. But I'm
not talking about anything else other than wearing inappropriate stuff for the wrong occasion. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just think the first time you meet people anyway, I'm not sure if a crop top or like a plungy neckline like that girl, I guess it was Kina or somebody had. I don't think that would be my first outfit choice, because people are going to have strong opinions. It could be strong opinions, and you want their first impression to be more about the inside and the character that you bring and things like that, not, you know, little outside, you know, bull crap. So
I just say, if you keep saying you're a classy woman, you shouldn't be wearing these things. But that's just me. I'm not classy, so I don't care. I wear what I wear.
You said you're not classy.
I'm not. I'm not trying to be, okay?
Yeah, you said you anti-classy.
Anti-classy. I am not trying to be you, okay? Because my petty side is very full and alive, and I love it, okay? I don't have time to be trying to be above nobody. All right.
Oh, Lana T just brought up a good point. Sydney wearing club gear. It's the same exact
that part.
thing. So that's I just want to make sure I'm clear, because I want to make sure I don't want anybody to say I'm body shaming her, because she's a beautiful woman. She has a nice shape. It's just, you need to wear the appropriate thing for the occasion, and you need to wear what looks best on you. So Lena, thank you 100%. I think that brought this whole conversation home before it went viral and crazy. And they out here trying to cancel me from my little YouTube channel.
And I cancel you. They cancel me because I mentioned that other one's name, but that's what my point was, or whatever. When you just wearing the inappropriate stuff for the wrong occasion, okay? Just, you know, it is what it is. It's not like the first time we all didn't see her body anyway, because she was in a bikini. But, you know, he probably made this comment from way back then. We don't know really when the comment was made to Carmen. I feel it was made. I do also feel that Carmen put some 10 on 2. You know,
either way, Paul got a lot of nerve. Either way, he got a lot of nerve. Either way,
but I really do think Paul said it, and we know that he can be long-winded and forget with his own thing. So he probably forgot he had said this stuff. He was just talking and talking and talking, and said a whole bunch of stuff, and was just going on and on and on. But he definitely did not fully deny. He was just like, that's not what I said. It wasn't towards her. And she didn't necessarily say it was towards the Kia, but she did make it really strong reference that it was possibly the Kia.
which makes me, and this is why I say you're going to have to subtract at least 15%, do a little rough justice, because if he actually used the Kia's name, Carmen is rude enough and mean enough to have said that. Mm-hmm. So
why you keep putting Carmen's comments on sale? You put her comments.
They're on clearance. Discount. They're on clearance. They beyond sale. They're on clearance, because I don't believe what she be saying. She too hateful with it. Like, you shouldn't be that excited to bring another woman down when the topic really don't have nothing to do with the Kia. If you have a problem with PO, then take that up with PO. Why are you dragging dragging Dakia. I don't like that. And she's constantly shown to not be a girl's girl, to be a hater, and to be hateful. And I don't want to hear no editing when she come up to whoever interview with whoever. Editing won't make you hateful. They will slice and dice your statements, that's for sure. But it's not gonna make you hateful. So
Listen, I'm with Jacqueline on this one because it definitely was an implication, but it was definitely pointing towards the key.
Didn't Carmen actually say she asked Paul, how was your date? How was
No,
your date with the
she said, she was like, I want to know if your date, if you went out with Joy, if you went out to key. So she was kind of like naming names at that
she
time.
actually said, like, I asked Paul, how was your date with Dakia? And then Paul was like, it was so.
And then she went into the other receipts, right? Yeah, and then she went into the other receipts, and then Tommy asked her. He said, "Well, did he say Dakia?" She was like, "He said some lady." And whatever. So it was hinted that it was her, but she didn't actually say it was her when he was talking about the body part of it, what he was looking aesthetically for or whatnot. But at the same time, Paul, you said something.
Yeah.
But these men literally will look like nothing and then want to say what Dakia is supposed to look like or what other people look like. Like it's really just the audacity for me. I'm mad we even spent this much time talking about Dakia when it's talking about his PO, talking about what he wants.
Wait, is it PO or POJ? Which one is wanting what? Okay, because which one wants the video vixen type, and which one wants the lady that can go out to the presidential brunch with him? Who? I don't know. Because he got these.
He needs to be happy with whichever one he gets, honestly. So he don't need to be worried about Dakia and her crop top or whatever the F, because I don't know. They literally let that man, right, legit, senior citizen, be on the show this long to the point where he thought that he could comment on Dakia. That's what happens when you let these men stay on this show long. He's gassed up. He really feel like he's doing something. So I don't know. I think Dakia would be a great look for him, honestly, with or without her crop top. So, wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I just see friendship right now, and I'm not taking away that can make a good relationship later on. But right now, I just really see friendship, and we just gonna ride out as long as we can together on this thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think because I don't know what happened, Chris, but I think because what's her name? Carmen basically chose Donovan. And Paul is just like, okay, let me be off of her. I didn't really understand him just saying all he had to say at that point about Carmen either. It's just like, okay, let me just choose Dakia. I'm riding with Dakia. They got they things, but I don't need to go into telling her I think she's superficial and she doesn't have this and that, whatever. Just I'm riding over here now. That's all you have to say. It's like, I like Carmen, but I see her moving in a different direction, and I'm going to go over here. I didn't get that part of him even trying to throw Carmen under the bus the way he did. That's what really started that whole thing in the first place. So had he not went there, we wouldn't have been finding out what he likes or if he likes Dakia or not. So he the mess in this one. That's all I got to say on that. Anything else about P.O. Dakia before we move on from them two? All right. So we basically just got Donovan and Carmen and Joy and Dakia. Am I missing somebody? That's it, huh? I mean, not Joy and Clifton. That's basically it. Those are my last two. Okay, so we'll go with Donovan and Carmen next. That hot tub got a little steamy. Woo! Yes. Essence, what you got to say about it, Mama?
About was that Sabrina and Demetrius?
Oh no, Carmen and Donovan.
Oh, yeah, that was steamy, wasn't it? I think he kissed her on her shoulder and she was on top. I mean, that was steamy. I think they're cool, honestly. I think that he genuinely does like her. I think that Donovan probably still wants to date outside of this process, and so does Carmen, and I think that they see each other. So, I mean, it was nature, they're on a trip, it's free food, free drinks, free jacuzzi. They were having a good time and it's not that deep. So I was here for it.
That's what I said. I was like, good times, free food, enjoy each other. Let's do this. What you got to say, Chris?
I just want to say that I don't think it's really a thing. I think that Carmen was around in a sense of he has all these conflicting feelings about Tina not showing up and showing up late at the end. And then, of course, Sabrina being super affectionate and attentive to Demetrius. He's like, okay, I'm just out here. So Carmen was able to kind of scoop in and save the day. And I feel like Carmen, she connects with who she thinks wants her, or gives her that attention or that affection. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who she has a genuine like connection with. Um, yeah, that's what I feel. I just feel like it's like it was convenient. It made sense at the time. She was the one giving him attention and affection. I don't know if they're like an item that could like, or not that they can't, that they got deep. You know what I mean? I think it was more so like, let's spend time together. You're giving me affection. There was nothing sexy about that bed. It was that oh man, I forget. I
The
forget the
bunk bed?
bed.
The
Bunk
bunk bed?
bed. Thank you. I forgot the name. There was
Right.
nothing sexy about a bunk bed. I'm not getting in a bunk bed with a grown man. I'm just not doing it. Okay. That it was just so yeah, they had a good weekend, I'm sure. I'm sure they had a really good time. But I don't know if it's anything deeper than that weekend and this, or deeper than we have this attraction, or she's easy to talk to, or she's easy to hang out with, or she's sexy, or whatever the case is. I'm not saying that there's not more to her than that, but I think Carmen connects with whoever is open at the time, who wants to spend time with her, talk to her, and things like that. I don't know that I've seen her have like a real genuine, deep connection or exchange with someone. Maybe it happened off camera, but I didn't see it. So I'm not sure how serious this is. But Carmen was definitely there to, I guess, comfort Donovan during the weekend. So we'll see what happens with that.
Not comfort Donovan during the weekend in the bunk beds. In the beds. What you saying, Seaway?
I really barely remember that scene, so don't even have me to lying. I know they were in the hot tub.
Oh.
Yeah, I know they were in the hot tub doing something, but I wasn't paying attention, so skip over me. I almost didn't even know that scene happened. So
Sean, you ready?
Yeah. I know I dropped off for a second, but we're talking about who? Carmen and Donovan in the hot tub?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I think they were just, looks like they were being playful and having a good time. I think, listen, Carmen is showing us that, she can be a flirt, and she definitely likes, attention. Nothing wrong with that. And a little affection and, a little physical touch might be her love language. I think also, we saw them, the last episode when she came out with that fur coat and he was rubbing her leg, right? So she was enjoying that. So now we've elevated to, let's get physical, So they done jumped up in them bunk beds. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. They're in a little resort. Everybody has a little, somebody might have a little camp fantasy, want to do a little camp role play, be camp counselor, have a little fun time in the bunk beds. Why not? Go off.
This one time at band camp.
Exactly.
Hey, enjoy yourself, right, Sean? YOLO.
Exactly. Go off. I'm here for it. Have a good time. We coming out of a pandemic. Folks got to live, you know?
Not Camp Fantasy, celery.
Wrong show. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I was here for it, okay, because like I said, I've been watching the body language between these two for a little while. And I love see that it might be one of my signature moves, Donovan pulled or whatever, but I love when a man puts his lips and his face right here on me, that is, or like anywhere in this area. That's very sensual, okay? And I think it caught her off guard and she liked it. I liked it enough to climb in this bunk bed with you. And listen, Chris, the beautiful thing about a bunk bed, especially with you with somebody that you're attracted to, is small. So that means they got to be up on you. They got to touch you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
So
point. That's a good point.
don't cross off the bunk beds, okay? Like I know we ain't doing much in it, but at least we can be like up on each other a little, while we talking or whatever. It ain't gonna be much. You might as well get in the car if you're gonna do something else. Like she got a little bit more room up in there. But that's neither here or there. Okay. If you kids are watching, you were just driving in the car to go pick up some groceries. That is all, okay?
Absolutely.
Listen, but it was real intimate. They've been having like real good conversations. Everybody might not be here for it. It might seem like she's out of nowhere with it. But she's been making her rounds on having conversation. He's been making his rounds on having conversation. I think they just both landed. And what I liked about the conversation was, hey, are you willing to do this? It came out like, do you want to move forward in this? And it was kind of a mutual, yes, let's move towards something. So I can respect that. It might not work out for the long run. It might not work out for the end of the show, but I can really respect that openness and that transparency to sit there and say, I'm feeling you. Are you feeling me? Let's see where this goes. So we'll just have to continue to see how it plays out when, they meet the parents and I guess make their decisions at the end on where we're going to go with it. If somebody end up choosing themselves at the end, well, and that's what it is. But at this point, they at least made it somewhat of a formal commitment with each other to say, we'll continue to move forward together in this process. So
I respect that. I have a question, Jay.
Yeah.
Do you think on these shows that they should meet parents and family?
Not when it's for us, we're watching it longer than they're actually together. So like, because we wait each week or whatever when they're only together in this process for maybe a total of 3 months or something. So to me, well, y'all know how I feel about meeting my parents. It don't really matter, but to some people that's serious. So I don't totally agree that maybe the parents, but maybe some other family members. Maybe some other people that you have your cousins or something that's going to always be in your corner and be honest for you about, is that the one?
Okay.
Maybe when
I
they're
think
more
that's
serious.
fair. Maybe a sibling or something, or a friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah, something a close relative, because they already got the friends episode, but definitely a close relative possibly. But if you like me, meeting my parents ain't gonna be like, oh, okay. Now, if you meet them a third and a fourth time and stuff like that, then maybe they be like, oh, this person serious? They gonna be around here for real? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sean may have a different take, so ask Sean.
And I know a lot of it can be cultural too. So
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, well, we already know we had that talk the other day about putting braids in the hair. I don't know, Sean, see where y'all want to answer Chris' question?
I don't particularly think it's a big deal. I think if this thing true to the show, I mean, listen, if we look at the track record of the show, I see why you're hesitant, Chris. But if they're staying true to what the show is supposed to be about, Ready to Love, I think when you're along the dating journey, your parents will meet somebody that you're serious about.
Sure.
And typically before you probably have said the L word, once you're in a committed relationship, your parents have usually met that person. So I see why they throw that in as part of the process, because it allows you to get some more insight into the person. But because this show is, such a train wreck, I see why people might be hesitant to introduce certain people to their parents, because nobody really stays around. So it's more like, when we're just casually dating somebody, or we know that person's not going to stay around, they don't meet our parents. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just a fun time, not a long time, I'm not bringing them home. You know what I mean? But if it's somebody, I'm serious about, and I see some level of a future, sure, let the parents, in my instance, it'd be meeting my mom, because, my dad's passed away. But, definitely you would want to do that. It seems like this is going to be the most exciting meeting of the parents that we've seen since Ready to Love, because Carmen is taking notes. And some of the moms got a lot to say, so it should be
it'll be interesting for sure.
Carmen's taking notes, and Donovan's mom want to make phone calls. What the heck?
Well, she's like her son, because Donovan spent most of the season calling Tina, trying to figure out where she was, trying to track her down.
Yeah, I agree with Sean. I think like the last time I remember it being helpful was when it was Adriana had her parents meet Kalfani and help me
Rashid?
out. Yeah. And it was like they were both like kind of seriously in the running, and it was a real thing. But I feel like since, that season, and maybe I'm missing something on a subsequent season, but I mean, everything is too light. It's just a big joke. And then you're bringing people in to meet your friends. Like, for example, with, Sabrina, when on last season, when her friends met, a guy that she basically met like a couple days before, a week before, and then he goes in there and meets her friends, and they have a misunderstanding of the nature of their relationship. So I don't have a problem with them meeting friends and family and parents, but they should be seriously interested. And the way the show has been going now is just kind of a joke. It's like, leave your family members out of it because y'all aren't serious. So it's kind of what I think.
Thank you, Seaway. I think I personally believe in good counsel. I believe at the end of the day you make your own call on what you want to do, but good counsel is important. If people love you and you trust their insight, then I do think it's a good idea. However, like you just stated, you want to just hope that your romantic interests actually take you seriously, right? Because if they don't, then that kind of defeats the purpose. But I think there are a lot of ways we've seen it can actually be helpful. So, okay, thanks, guys. I just wanted to know your insight. Thank you.
Remember what Jason's mom said about him? What she told Liz?
Forgot about
Sometimes the mamas be knowing something, I guess.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or they be just trying to tell you to run, but not
exactly.
tell you to run.
Indirectly tell you to just on the sneak, like.
Not this one.
Yeah.
He's a walking red flag. It's my baby, but he's a walking red flag.
That's my baby. I love him.
Run,
I
don't
love
walk.
parents like that. I love parents who keep it 100. My mom would say, "Chris, are you sure? Are you sure about this?" And when she does that, I'm like, "Oh, I need to go look at some things." She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Should I not be sure? What's going on?" She's like, "I just want you to take some more time and think about this." I'm like, "Oh, snap." So I'm like, "Is she being prophetic? Like, what's going on?"
Because your mama ain't gonna never have you with anybody. She
that's the thing. I know my parents they're not haters. Like if they really bring up a concern, I really think about it. Ultimately, I make my own call, but I do think about it because I'm like, oh, okay. They've been right so far. So
that's good. At least they got 100% correctness so far. But okay, so our last couple to talk about as a couple, Joy and everybody has gone on Donovan and Carmen, right? Everybody good? Okay. Joy and Clifton. This whole thing, he had to tell the kid, he had to let the kid down. He had to let his place be known with Carmen. Carmen, I mean, not Carmen, damn. Joy was in a whole nother onesie. So I don't want y'all up here just, they was all the way playing. She had onesies. Now, if he brought his, that's a different thing, okay? She had about three different onesies up in this damn thing. I'm trying, but she had another whole onesie on. I'm trying to tell y'all, sometimes in onesies will keep you warm and your booty look good in them. Y'all need to try them out. I'm just saying. But yes, how do we feel about them finally making it official in only the 10th episode?
Jay, you are hilarious. I think it's about time. I mean, we all kind of saw it, so I think it's about time that it's pretty clear that they're focusing solely on each other. Joy was been focusing on Clifton only, so she made that clear some time ago. So I think it's cool. I don't want to be wrong, so let me not say that. I'm still trying to figure out this thought in my mind. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I was like thinking last night, like, is Joy into Clifton more than Clifton's into Joy? Like, I could be wrong with this, but that is what I was thinking about. So I'm not sure yet. But they genuinely seem to enjoy each other's company, and want this to become something. What is it going to become? We don't know, but I guess we have to keep watching and see. But they are definitely into each other. Yeah, everybody saw that. So I don't I don't think that's a shock to us at all. Um I look forward to hearing some deeper conversation from them about like what this is. Okay, I know they have a connection, but like what happens after this? I don't know what their end goal is, but I love that they're enjoying each other's company. Joy is very straightforward, as we have seen. She came in, she put her bag down, she had her onesie ready, like she's like, there's no point in playing games. I'm here, I know who I want, and that's what it is. So, but yeah, I'm still just trying to like just figure that part out. But yeah, good for them. At least we know we have a solid couple who they're both into each other. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely hear you on that. Yeah, I be wondering sometimes too, but then I kind of think back on first episodes when I used to tell you guys the way he used to grab her back and not let her go. At that point, I used to think he was more into her, and she was trying to get away a bit and move around and stuff. So I don't know. They have this tug of war dynamic balance going on, but they keep coming back to each other. So it is what it is. As long as they keep choosing each other at the end, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes, how it continues to play out. Seaway, are you there?
No, I'm here. I do see what Chrissy's I do think Joy is into Clifton more than he's into her. At least that's what it shows on the camera. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but that's kind of what it looks like. And that makes me a little nervous for her, but I hope everything works out for the best. It does seem though as the episodes have gone on, she's kind of lost her calm. She's been really calm, cool, and collected, but that's slowly dissipated throughout the season. She just seems more and more pressed as it comes to Clifton. So I don't know if she's getting more uneasy with their situation. You normally start noticing that when couples are intimate in some way. I feel like the women kind of loses control, and then you start to we'll start to get kind of antsy about the situation. Not everybody, but I feel like once you lose that kind of control when you've given your body, allegedly, supposedly it appears to be, then I feel like that's kind of the explanation for the behavior that we're seeing, because she's definitely been way more pressed than she was in the beginning of the season. She was really cool, just calm, laid back in the cut, not bothered. That's not the same person today. So I'm not sure, what's going on. But I like them as a couple. They're the only couple we have. And they're our best bet for a real couple coming out of this season. So best of luck to them. I hope it works out. I hope Clifton has worked out whatever, went wrong in his last 2 marriages. So I hope, he's kind of learned from that and can go forward. I do think he and Dakia definitely handled their situation with class, maturely and like adults, and you rarely see that anymore on this reality TV. So I think they handled it well, and Dakia's emotions were real. And I think it's good that she was able to kind of get that out, because I know a lot of it was probably just disappointment that more than anything. But yeah, it's kind of my thoughts. I don't really know if I believe that Clifton is 100% reformed and he's gonna really care for Joy's heart in this situation, because she just already seems like she doesn't have the leverage in their relationship. So we'll see what happens.
I hear you, Seaway. Yeah, she has to go to work in Mexico, so we're gonna see how that works out.
We don't know why, right? Not yet.
Well, we know she's a singer, so I think that's part of it. If she's, she got to go do her tour, or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is she does, singing. So
Is Mexico a big R&B venue?
it appears to be, or whatnot. Unless she's out there with somebody, working with somebody, or I don't know how her singing is set up. I don't know if she's does covers or
She got a residency in Mexico.
Yeah, maybe. That's what it kind of sounds like, though. I'm not.
But usually, like that's what I didn't understand. Maybe she doesn't have to go for a long term, because usually, if you're gonna go, to me, a place like Mexico, you would just go there maybe for a couple of weeks. But
Okay.
unless she lives there, is moving.
Well, that's what Celery. She's a traveling singer, and that's her job, singing at resorts and nightclubs. So it sounds like she has a stint down there, like kind of like if you do cruise ships.
I wasn't being messy. I was just trying to understand.
No, I mean it is. I mean it is trying to figure out if you got a residency down there or how does it work. I don't know as far as I know. Basketball players and things like that, when they go overseas, I don't know for singers too much how it works. I guess the one person we would have needed to ask is shoot, I can't think of her name right now. Ray. Yeah. I'm sorry, my nose is so stopped up, it's killing me right now. But yeah, because that's kind of like what Ray doing, huh?
Yeah,
traveling over in the UK in different places singing. So
it's a tour. This is what Camden says.
It's a tour. Okay, she's a part of a tour in Mexico. That's what I think. Okay, like Broadway. Okay, so she's with other singers and other.
Yeah, because I know when you go, like the times I've gone to visit, right? They have like this little downtown area, and they perform. But yeah, I've never seen like somebody that's singing like jazz and R&B. But hey, listen, we'll see what it is. We'll see how long she has to be there. But to me, it wouldn't make sense,
really, Bambi,
if that's what she's doing. Why she would get into a situation where she wants to be in a serious, committed relationship, knowing she's got some travel.
Well, I know she said it from the beginning. She's been said that's her thing or whatever. And I guess maybe we're looking for somebody that can handle long term. Some people like those relationships. I don't know.
Not Cliff with his jealousy.
That's what I was saying. I guess this is going to be how he works on it, or whatever.
That's or not. How they get the person and fighting.
Or not.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even understand that. What he was talking about, I still wish I had more clarity, because he said that's an issue for him.
It was the exes, I think one of his relationships, they were still talking to their ex or whatnot. And I don't know if it went as far as them messing around, but they were still keeping close contact with the ex. I don't know which relationship it was, but one of them was. So that was what the issue was about the exes and how they are in the current or future person's life. I guess that person he was with in the past didn't have a boundary with their ex.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because to me, it sounded like I thought he cheated. So that's why it's all very confusing to me. But that part would make the most sense why he gets so, concerned about relationships with an ex. So I guess
Then
it's
again,
something that happened to me. I mean, he's like saying it's something that happened to me. And now he feels like it's going to happen again.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know which way it was. I was assuming that it was the ex that cheated, but then it could have been both. Who knows? Sometimes you try to get a person back, or sometimes you jump to the gun and they're talking to the ex and you assuming that they're doing something, and then you go out and do something and find out they weren't doing nothing at all. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait until he gets up there and somebody is bold enough to ask him Kojo and see what happens, because we know it's gonna be him. Essence, have you spoke your thoughts on Joy?
No, but I think everybody pretty much wrapped it up because Clifton and Joy ending up together was something that we knew was going to happen from day one when they were sitting on that bench. So we knew that was going to happen. I honestly think that they're the best match for each other. I don't know if Joy likes Clifton more than Clifton likes Joy. I just think that Joy has a personality to where throughout this experience, she just has been adamant about not really caring who knew that Clifton was her number one, gonna be her number one, and ain't gonna change. She's been like pretty adamant about that. Clifton, on the other hand, has been more willing to actually experience this journey and at least try to get to know the other ladies without just asserting Joy as his number one. So I think that I don't know. I just think that they're a good fit. They're a good match. Whether they're going to last or not, I don't know. But I certainly wish them well. Good energy, good vibes, and they're a very attractive couple.
Sorry, I'm over here pushing other things instead of the unmute button once again. Uh, yeah. I like I say, I like them. They seem to be equally matched as far as their playfulness and energy has been going back and forth all season. Like I said, day one, it seemed like she was into him and he was off somewhere. Day two, he was pulling her and making sure she was staying there. Now we're finally here where they're choosing each other up front. And honestly, and I did appreciate him sitting down, even though everybody wants to keep saying that he needed to just tell the kid straight up. It's like, no, if you want to have the conversation, I will tell you the truth. And that's what he did. But I'm not going to volunteer the information. Why should I volunteer to break your heart? Let me know when you're ready for this information. That's a lot better. Like we do this thing with our friends where we unload our problems to them and we don't even know if they're in a good space. That's what it was more like to me. It's like, okay, before I unload this disappointment on you, because that's what it's going to be, let me know if you're okay to handle it. And for her opening her mouth and finally say, hey, let's have this talk, that was a good way for him to say, okay, this is what's been going on. Granted, I've been trying to show you all weekend, but you want me to actually say it. So now I'm going to say it. So here it is. And I think he did a very good job of not being all mean and nasty or whatnot with it, letting her down as easily as possible. Everybody else can have what they feel on it or whatnot and just say that he probably should have been more upfront about it. But If I was him in the situation, or if I was me in the situation, it'd have been the same thing. If you don't ask me, and that's just how I roll. So if you guys see me on these shows and you try to holler and you don't know where you stand with me, please come ask me. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting here looking in the dark, disappointed off of your own accord, because it's not gonna be my fault because I didn't tell you no lies. Ask me no question, I tell you no lies. There we are. So, I understand when in Rome you have a thing with people being in their 40s and having a good time. I am sorry that I disappoint you, okay? Because that is me. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to dance in my onesie and act the fool and play games all damn day, because that's just how me and my family roll. Ask my parents, they're in their 60s and they do the same thing. So, anyway, though. So I wanted to know about this deliberation at the end altogether. How do you guys feel about that? Because I actually think going forward they should do more of those where they sit the men and the women down together and let them hash it all out. I mean, it can get a little bit more messier, but it actually puts everybody in a real more perspective, a better perspective with one another. How do you guys feel about it?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I love it because it's like you can't, ain't no he say, she say, like we're right in front of each other and you have to say something. And if you were lying, it's going to come across, right? So if you weren't being honest. So I actually think that was a great part of the episode. I think that, like you said, moving forward, they should keep that because it's kind of like having everybody in the same house. Like, yeah, you can have all these off-screen dates or on-screen dates that you know about or don't know about, but when you're in the same house, you start to see who's spending time with and giving certain people attention. Same thing with that sit down. Everybody's there and people really get to share how they really feel about the entire situation and different connections. So I loved it. I loved it. I think they should definitely continue doing that moving forward.
I feel the same way too. How about you, Essence?
I did like it. I mean, it was supposed to be a brunch. It wasn't a brunch, but I did like that. It was like they just combined the men's lounge with the women's lounge. It does have the ability to be messy, and I didn't like that. I really didn't like that situation with Dakia and Carmen, especially that happened in front of the other men and the other ladies. It just wasn't a good look at all for neither one of them, honestly. But I do like the structure of having the men and the women sit down together.
Seaway?
Agreed. I think it cuts down on the he say, she say. And you can get right down to the source. And at this point, there's no sense for all the back and forth. So I think the group session kind of got down to the meat and potatoes of it all. So I enjoyed it.
Definitely. Sean?
I second every thought that everybody shared. I liked it.
Yeah, I also like it too, because then you're kind of like put in a position to be honest with your perspectives. It would, and they get that truth right then and there. So you'll see if we're really having the proper conversations or not. And so yeah, I think they should do. They say they did it with season 1. I didn't watch season 1, so I don't know. So I think they should go back to it if they did. I think that's a good thing. I haven't really seen it too much outside of the resort. I think they did it a couple of times, but that's because everybody was there. But as if they're going to stay in this outside world, I think they should do this a lot more often. It don't have to be every single deliberation, but they definitely should have a check-in at least twice a season, maybe. Anyways, so next week we meeting the parents, meeting the family. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. What are we meeting? The guys family, I guess, this season, huh? So Sabrina will be meeting Demetrius, whoever. Carmen is meeting Donovan's mom. Joy is meeting Clifton's family. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they always meet the men's family.
No, it goes every other. So If you noticed it goes kind of every other. They'll meet if they meet the women's friends, they'll meet the men's family.
Yeah, because I mean, even last season.
No, they met the women's family.
Oh, that's right. They met because Phil met Sydney's parents, and so did
yeah.
Frank. That's right. That's right.
So how many episodes do you think we have left in?
2 more. It should be 2 more. I think they got 12, and then the reunions.
Okay.
Because right now, when I looked at the episode guide, they don't have the next 2 episodes posted, but the reunion is on the 29th.
Okay.
Is that 2 or 1?
What? The last episode is the 29th of April?
Well, it says reunion part 1 on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so maybe that's just 1 episode in between, huh? Next week?
No, that's 2. That's 2.
Still 2? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Easter's throwing me off right now. I don't know what the heck. Okay, I got 2 more weeks before Dave Chappelle. Y'all won't see me on the 30th. I'm sorry. I'll be at Dave Chappelle's kind of stuff.
Not I'll be at Dave Chappelle's.
He's gonna be in his house the way you said it.
No, he has his not for Easter on the 30th. He has a stand up out here, so I'll be me and Bae going to go see him live perform and stuff. So I'll be out enjoying some comedy while y'all talking about these people in reunion part 1. Okay, so any last thoughts on these before we wrap this up? Because we did a solid 2 hours of a 1 hour, a 15-minute episode, really, because the last 15 minutes gave us our whole life. Any final thoughts on everybody or where we're going from here?
Good luck. Good luck.
Exactly.
Oh, child. Oh, yes. I want to dedicate one last song to Dakia. It is The Weeknd, Save Your Tears, okay? Save those tears for another day, sweetie, okay? But I did get you, Sean, when you said maybe those tears was more so of just my person is not here. Maybe,
And really tears of frustration because when I was watching it, I'm like, Dakia is really a beautiful woman. She really is. And she's successful. And she's probably just gotten to the point, really, she has to be real with herself. She's frustrated. She really does want a husband. She really does want a mate. So much so that she put herself out here on this unconventional process for the world to see. And it still didn't work out for her. But she's a catch.
But the thing is, you put yourself on a national TV so the world could see you. So don't give up because that person might see you.
Just gotta send her encouragement because
I'm saying that person might see you. That's the whole.
She's really great.
That's to me. That's the more prize on there. Your person may not be on this show, but don't block your blessings trying to hold on to something from this show that is not for you when your person can potentially be out there and you're trying to leave the show with somebody. Now they're over here looking at this thing like, well, you're with somebody.
Right.
Don't do that. Just show yourself on this show. Be you. And if it don't work out, it's like, okay, well, I hope my somebody is out there. Exactly. Tyrone and Ace, even though they done met at the premiere party. So
Oh, is that the formula, guys? Do I need to go on a show so that my husband can see me?
Yes. Your husband might be in a whole nother country and he needs to see you on this show.
I kid.
You over here worried about the locals. See, that's the problem. I let these locals go, Sometimes it's not around the corner for you. There's just not the one that you need. Somebody's telling you to travel, get outside your horizons. No, but yeah, that's what I just say. It's like, don't cry over the situation. I don't know. And I'm not in it. So maybe I would develop some other feelings and I have the same frustration too, but I don't see it as a closed door for anybody on this show because you are now being seen by millions.
I do understand and I can relate to the frustration of dating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I hope that she just stays hopeful. So
Yeah.
and
But,
open.
yeah. Anyway, Sean, with the benediction of it all.
Whew, I don't even know what to benedict on, you know? 'cause
Not Benedict on. I'm weak.
Oh my God, I just heard it all so wrong in my head when Seaway said it. It just
oh God.
No,
Okay,
it's
get
gonna
your mind
be
out the
Palm.
gutter.
It's gonna
Good
be Palm
Lord.
Sunday tomorrow, and you talking crazy.
That's right. He
it
arose.
sounded worse
Yeah,
when you
he
said it because you
arose.
stretched the word out longer. So
Go on and pick your palms up in the morning, please.
I can't
Yeah.
breathe, y'all. My nose can't breathe.
Well, you need the palms to be laid on you. Never mind. This is it's all wrong. I'm
Them
trapped in
palms-
an innuendo. Blame it
them
on
palms
Takia.
They be leaving all the palms all over the church. I hope you going tomorrow, Sean. Y'all make sure y'all leave in the comment. Tell Sean to go to church tomorrow.
Now, see, that's my problem with you. Is you Sabrina right now. You're supposed to talk to me about that on the side. Don't be putting that on the YouTube streets for
No,
my
it's
business.
just accountability. It's accountability in the
I don't
comments.
need YouTube to participate in my accountability.
Tell
Let
him
me
to
get
go
on
to
live
church
with
tomorrow.
Donovan after this. I want to talk to him because me and him on the same vibe right now.
Right, just go out me. Just go out me in front of these people.
Exactly, right in the middle of the streets, the YouTube streets. Put all my business on Front Street.
Seaway
Be
never
your own
disappoints.
friends, you know.
Seaway never disappoints on that. You know?
No, just Front Street City.
Oh, Sean. Okay. Here we go.
Well, you can love to see it. You ain't gonna see it.
Don't get Sean side
I
up. He ain't
usually
gonna
don't
even
say
know.
never, but you will. I can say never for that.
We gonna get Sean signed up. He ain't gonna. He just gonna be on the show. Don't even know what's happening.
I want you to do that. I want you to do that because that's gonna be a waste of a keyboard click. Because ain't never gonna get me on there.
Not the whole waste of a keyboard click. I got my cousin.
Waste your
he is
finger
single.
typing on that email.
I got my cousin and he is out here single and ready to mingle.
Can you imagine the panels on me?
Oh, they gonna go in.
They're gonna go in.
Child, we ain't
You're
even
like,
gonna
you had
have
a
a
lot
panel.
to say,
I'm just
huh?
gonna tune in and I'm just gonna read the chat. I'm just
Where's all
gonna
that
tune
advice
in.
now, huh? You got a lot to say, huh? Yeah, there you go.
That's all it is. I'm just gonna tune in. I'm just gonna turn the live on and I'm just gonna read the chat the whole time.
Exactly. Read the comment section. All I'm gonna say is editing. Just editing.
Shine.
Honestly, I'm gonna boss you around if I don't do nothing else. That's
that is for certain. Thank you. Absolutely. She is the executive producer of my life, it seems.
Look, trying to get us closer to the Lord. We gotta go tomorrow. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go virtually, and I'm gonna be waving my hand in the air.
How you gonna get your palm if you go virtually? How's that gonna work? Come on now. That is not what. That's not giving what's supposed to give. You're supposed to be in person to go get your palm.
And here the lecture continues. Y'all gonna cash at me for my outfits?
Look, get your little Easter fit.
She's not talking about church. She's talking about to be on Ready to Love.
Oh, exactly.
For both.
For both.
Both of them.
Your fit for both. Okay. Because the men, we didn't talk about the men, but the men when they come with their little outfits, we talked about that dude who showed up with the t-shirt. What was his name who showed up with the t-shirt?
Clifton.
That was Clifton.
No, him too, but the one who
Cornbread.
Didn't know he was on a dating show.
Cornbread. That was Cornbread.
Yeah, he showed up. His attire was off too.
2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and we made fun of Fernando or whatever his name is that got kicked off because he had that crunchy suit on.
Mm-hmm.
Not the crunchy suit.
That suit was crunchy.
It goes both ways, but they really need to up their budget and at least for the first intro, get these people like a couple outfits to choose from. That don't make no sense. They need to have some type of budget, get them hair and makeup, at least for the first intro or something.
Or
Child, they making them go
stylist
by
or
their own.
Wait a
something.
minute. Now that I saw Candace, I'll be jacking up somebody's name easily. His name is, because Jay, didn't you interview him?
Mm-hmm.
What's his
Well,
name? It's not Fernando. Isn't it Ferdinand?
Ferdinand. Oh, that was the last season. That was I know who you're talking about.
No, that was just this season. He was one of the
No,
first
oh,
ones to go.
I didn't interview. Yeah, he was just on my show on the thing, but Fernando is his name.
Yeah. I thought it was Ferdinand.
I thought she was talking about from last season who got voted off first. His name just escaped me just that fast too, because I want to call him something else, which I know is not his name. Dang, the one that got voted off. Him and Libba got voted off.
That's right. I don't remember his name though.
His suit was a little baggy on him.
Oh, okay. But
Fernando
I remember what's his face, because Dina or whatever her name is, Keena, kinda whatever. She talked about
his butt.
There you go.
Yeah, that was this season.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's Fernando.
Oh, that's right. It was the poetry dude, Candace. What was his name?
Lamont. They put it right there. Maybe got it.
There
Lamont,
you go.
that's what it was. Yeah.
That's it.
Shut up, Dana. Talking about that one guy. That's me.
Look,
Y'all gonna get off of us. See, this is how the chat is exactly gonna go if you go on here. Shot, if you go on the show, this is how the chat really gonna go.
Exactly right. What's his name again? Like that dude, Sean something, whatever.
That be y'all interviewing these people. We don't even know their name. They was on there for 30 seconds, and then we come on here interviewing them. We be like Keena, kinda, Kula.
Well, Jay was.
Shut up! I knew you was gonna go there because I was just thinking about it.
They were calling him Dante all damn interview. I was like, Dante.
Jay got me calling him Dante.
She knew, but see, Jay knew what was fitting to happen. So she was like, I don't care about your name. I'm going to disrespect you right on this channel in your face because I know you ain't about nothing.
I read very well.
But you was capping for him, but you knew underneath. You knew underneath. The petty of you knew that he wasn't about nothing.
You ain't gonna be here long enough. Dante, whatever.
Whatever.
Donovan,
whatever. Put a Y on put a Y on the end so we really know what your name is. Don't play with us.
I want to know if he really had that baby.
Oh, child. I need to see it.
Yeah, I need the proof of the baby at this point.
Man.
Your proof of birth?
Yes. A birth certificate, that's all. A little ultrasound picture. That'd be cool.
But if the baby is born, that means the baby was already in process.
Wait, Danny say it's two babies, it's twins, or it's two different women? Because I don't keep up with Aisha live. She does too much for me. So if you guys keep up with it, y'all let me know because I can't do her lives. She be talking to Instagram quotes, and I don't have patience for that.
It ain't even Instagram quotes. It's just.
Mimi said we need Maury.
Not two different women. Oh no.
It's the Project Twins. Okay.
5 kids, 5 mamas. Ooh, Jesus. I'm glad y'all got the tea. I appreciate y'all. Y'all sit on her lives and then bring back the information. I don't think any of us have the patience for it.
Listen.
Okay, apparently I'm late. All y'all know, so it's two different.
Yeah, no, I didn't know either. I had no clue. I didn't even really. I heard bits and pieces, but I really wasn't paying it much of attention. Once they leave the show, God bless them. I really don't care.
Yeah. Listen, do your thing.
Wait, what he need a DNA test for? Oh, this is a mess.
Oh. That's what I'm saying. This is how Sean's. If Sean go on the show, this is all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be sitting here reading reading the chat, just posting it up. Like y'all gonna go in on Sean, talk about him.
You're gonna be reading dots. Dot. There won't be nothing.
They're gonna be going in on you, Sean. They're gonna be like,
I just don't understand why you go on a show for Ready to Love and turn around and have two more babies. No, he didn't know. They ain't defective. He didn't use them. He did not, and they got male birth control now too. He needs to be in the test pool to try it out.
No, there's a couple of brothers that I really feel like should get court mandated. What do they call
male birth control?
No, it starts with a P. I don't know what happened to my mind.
Paternity test.
No,
when you get like euthanized, not euthanized, that's killed.
A P or a V?
It begins with a P. Yeah, no, it's a V. You're right, Chris. A vasectomy. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was struggling.
I got you.
Struggling.
I was gonna say all the court. Look, I was gonna say all the court terms: prosecuted.
I don't know why. You know why I was thinking of it, because I was thinking proctologist, and that's the male version, male doctors.
That's all the big words swarming around your head. You forgot the regular word.
This walking.
I can always depend on you to support me, Seaway. I just can always depend on you.
Daddy said euthanize.
I can't talk. My dumb butt was talking about euthanize.
Euthanize. Who said euthanize?
No, that was me because I'm an idiot. I said
no, you did not. You want him dead. You want him gone.
They need to be euthanized and castrated.
Yeah, castrated is the other one.
Whoa. No castration.
Man, this is taking a turn.
Proud. Wrong road.
No, my number said euthanize.
Yes,
I'm not playing.
Thank you. So yeah, no, he does. What's the other one? Nick Cannon. He definitely needs one.
Okay, so y'all talking about me saying, but I said now y'all gonna get canceled.
Oh wait, okay, so is that I'm blind? Is that Mimi? Okay, do you know when paternity court's coming back on? Because they have not filmed a new episode.
I don't know, but them is hilarious. They hilarious.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, they're still pre-pandemic on YouTube, and that is my show.
Oh, they gonna have a whole bunch of babies to test because all these pandemic babies. Well, maybe these people know who the baby is because they was in the pandemic. They know who the baby is for now that they was in the pandemic. They was stuck.
I thought the pandemic babies they know because you was cooped in the house. You know who your
you know who they is.
Yeah.
Now, if you still testing, you know something wrong.
But you know what?
Martell Holt was out in these pandemic streets. So
who's that?
Holt.
Oh, that's Hunts. You know I don't watch that.
But who was he in the pandemic streets with? Another person?
That other one,
not coleslaw.
His coleslaw.
Well, they've been in a.
I know they've been. I know they've been, but I'm just saying, if he been out in these streets like this, to go ahead and make him one during the pandemics of it all.
But he don't count because that's his mistress. That's
I'm just saying, other people probably was in these streets too. So we're gonna see. We might have some coming up.
Yeah, the way COVID was spreading. Please, folks nobody was obeying them rules.
In New York, I know y'all was. They was obeying it in Chicago for the most part.
They were not. Seaway, at my job, you know how many calls I got? Like 6 months ago. Oh, this one tested positive. Oh, my god, brother, my cousin, my sister. I'm like, come on, y'all ain't quarantining. Y'all doing what y'all want to do.
Oh, I'm talking about like 2020 pandemic, not 2021, because 2021 people had gave up.
Mm-hmm. I think 2020 they was doing what they wanted to do. You saw them house parties and stuff that people were still having. They were doing what they wanted to do, just on the low.
Yeah, we made a hard left, high vibe. Sorry, that's what we do over here.
Because this be more interesting than that show.
We take back streets. That main highway be traffic and all kind of stuff going on. We don't want to deal with all that. We like back streets.
Listen, y'all, Jay asked me to benedict, but I couldn't do the benediction because there wasn't really a lot to,
Benedicton.
There you go. When you say it slow like that, you got to say it.
I told you that's why Seaway said it like that.
Slow.
Seaway said it like that. That's what it popped in my head.
That's when it sounds like something else.
And we gotta keep it. End of it. You just gotta keep it old school, Sean. Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my mouth
be acceptable to thy sight. Yes, Lord. Amen.
Sometimes you just gotta go back.
Amen.
'cause
The
Jay is a
doors of
heathen
the
at
church are
times.
open.
Yeah,
Wait, let me
sometimes you
find
just
out
gotta
y'all
go
are
back.
Methodist. I thought that was only Methodist. Are y'all Methodist?
No, that ain't no Methodist.
No,
Oh,
we're
that's
not.
what it
I'm
said, Marshall.
non-denominational.
Oh,
Yeah, those are standard. Those are standards. I was raised Baptist.
Me too.
oh. I was thinking
Listen.
that was from the Methodist
We used to
church.
say it in Creole. I just don't remember how. If I did, I would, but I don't remember how.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying not to
Yeah.
be a heathen in these streets, but it's not my fault.
Look,
sometimes.
right. Back to church tomorrow you go. That's what we wrapping it up to.
Thanks to C
I'll
word.
be at work listening. No worries. No worries. I do it every Sunday. If it sinks in, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll be listening.
But you be at Bible study. You doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah. I listen. I got a lot to work on. Y'all hear me on these YouTube streets. Y'all hear me. I'm
I
working.
think we all do. We all have a lot to work on.
Yes, yeah, but for the grace of God go I. So we all got stuff to work with.
No,
Listen.
I need to go to Bible study because I be getting my Bible study from Janice's channel. She be
Oh,
Now
jeez.
that's what you're going.
Oh, jeez.
that be my Bible study. She'll bring out a word and I'll go read it. I'm dead serious.
Listen, you need a Bible study from her Bible study. Though.
She be taking me to church.
But,
I swear. I used to get my Bible study from Kojo's channel. Now I'm gonna have to do both of them.
Yeah, you can attend virtual Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's what I do. Attend virtual Bible study and then go to service on Sundays.
Candace, listen. He's trying to work on me. I'm trying to be better, okay?
Oh, it's Janice, Danny. I'm a I don't know her whole channel. Is Janice what? Janice
Thank you. It is definitely what's in my heart. He knows what's in my heart.
This is what we do and see where we advertising
I
other
know.
creators.
That's
I'm
what
not advertising. I'm just saying that's why I go to
Yes,
Bible
she
study.
is. Yes, she is. We're gonna cut off her mic right now.
Yeah,
There
put
we
her
go.
in the
There we are.
That's what we're gonna do for her because I had about enough of her.
Oh,
Y'all ain't right at all.
I would tell you about these heathens in these streets.
Not Jay.
No, what
We
did
kicked
Kojo
you out
say?
twice.
It's enough love to go around. It's enough love to
And
go
that's
around.
that
That's
on
what
that.
he said. Sharon is caring on this Palm Sunday.
There's a
Eve.
lot of internet for everybody, but there's not enough talking about other people's channel on this channel. Okay, no. You
Look,
talk
y'all
about
gonna y'all gonna get me in trouble. That's just where I go to Bible study, and I'm done with it. We can move on. Turn the page.
Please turn the page and
wrong
close the book.
road.
Wrong road.
Wrong road. Y'all are a mess. I love it. We had a time. Y'all can go see them other people's channels. I don't care. Not when we live though. Not while we live over here.
Oh no. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
we done lost about 2 views thanks to you and your little shout out. You got going on there. 2 views. I'm looking right at the counter.
We just dropped down 2 more. Damn it.
Come back.
She was just playing, y'all. She didn't mean it.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, we just clowning now. Y'all, I don't know why y'all still here with us because we
Right, you lost 2 views for being talking about crap. That's why
No, we
got
was
the 2
going
views
strong
back.
at
They came
111.
back.
But
They
at
came back.
111, but when you started that talk, we done dropped to
No, we start going
107.
strong when I told you to go to church. That's when people start tuning in.
Well,
They go to
that
church
might have been
tomorrow.
true. The algorithm picked it up because it is Palm Sunday to be. But we did go down when you started your talk about what you said.
When you said what you said.
I'm gonna go over there and have her shout you another round out.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Like, this has been fun, so I'm enjoying all of it.
Listen, we hold Essence up from our homework and stuff. We gotta let her get back to work.
I'm right there with Essence. I'm right there with Essence. That's why I'm off camera. I'm looking ugly and I'm doing this work. So
don't say that. You smell
look,
ugly.
First
Nobody
of all,
ugly
there's no
around me.
ugly in my clique, okay? Ain't
That's
nothing
it.
All right.
Look, I appreciate y'all, but I ain't finna go on camera for them to decide. So I'm gonna be okay.
You don't have to.
Y'all ain't gonna be critiquing my appearance. Talk about being
the YouTube streets they will comment.
Yeah, people, you can say a whole lot. Why Christian got this? Why she wear that? I'm like, there was a whole 4-hour live, and you worry about what I look like. You are off topic on the wrong page.
Yeah, they was coming for you for your light. They were like, "Can you turn that light off, please?"
It was very distracting. I didn't realize it was so distracting. So I was like, "What light?" They keep saying I'm in jail. I had no idea what they was talking about.
Yeah,
it was behind you. Yeah, it was like my jail light or whatever. I'm like, this looks a mess. So I removed it. I didn't mind that one. It was distracting.
That's right. Essence has typed 4 pages.
You're not playing with us.
She said, "Y'all can cut up and act foolish if you wanna. I got a master's to finish around here."
The 4 pages said in tonight's episode, "Ready of Love."
I just want to make sure that when Essence has her graduation, she has Zoom set up somewhere so we could be.
I'm not gonna know how to act. Yes.
We all virtually graduating with Essence. Okay, we all in class right now. Matter of fact, all of us in the chat right now, we all about to help Essence write this paper now. Let's go. Now what we gotta talk about? We'll have a group discussion. I'm getting this paper done. But anyways, y'all, we for real. We about to get off of here for real. We done spoke for another 20 minutes of yes at this point now. And y'all just sitting here letting us do it. You know, we love y'all for that. We appreciate you all. You guys have been the best. Next week, Kojo should be back, and I believe he's back Monday. I'm shaking his Nyash in other countries once again, like usual. You know, I don't know what's going on. This man just can't keep his bum in still at all. But he'll be back. So we'll be back over there. But this week, I'll be back doing preparing for love over here. So I didn't do it today because I was under the weather. But next week we'll be back, and then we'll jump over Kojo's channel. So you'll see all these lovely faces if available next week at Little Black Book 91. Please go over there if you're not already subscribed, which you guys more than likely are. But if you aren't, next week we'll be over there and you'll find us there. Anybody else has anything they want to promote before we go? Anything coming up?
I'll say just follow me at Chris Natha TV on YouTube and at Chris Natha on Instagram.
Please go follow. Anybody else you want to follow you on TikTok, Peloton, school? Follow you in school. Make sure you get your grades together.
Peloton.
That's Seaway in me.
Y'all got Pelotons?
Yep, you can find me at RL Davis 120 at Peloton.
What am I, Sean? Am I Seaways Ride? I think.
Yes, yeah, your Seaways Ride.
Seaways Ride with the S. Rise. Seaways Ride.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Candace J. Seaways Ride. Please follow her on that. Candace J. Put a ring. It'd be Mondays if me and Sean can coordinate our schedule. You know, he's a working man and I'm off on Mondays. So, but
no, don't tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. What happened to you this Monday?
I was doing hair.
Yeah, exactly. You had to get your hair coiffed.
Now you out in jail when you just said
excuse me, attorney. Can you order in the court objection?
Seaway, thank you, Seaway. But let me run this back. Like I said, if we can get our schedules, I said that together, okay? But you know what? It's fine. You guys might see me on Mondays by my damn self, okay? And whoever else join me talking about put a ring on it, okay? I'm not gonna hold Sean to nothing, okay? He's free in these streets. He can go and talk to whoever he wants to on these streets and be with whoever he wants. And when he decides he wants to tell me he wants to be with me, I'll wait, okay? I'm gonna be like Tia, and I'll wait on him to tell me, okay? And if I get disappointed and cry, that's what it's gonna be.
Sean said he did not get single for this behavior. He got to deal with all these women. He still ain't escaped it.
No, That's the damn shame, right? I got divorced so I could be free to make my own decisions and do what I want to do. And I still got women bossing me around left, right, and central and sabotaging my name.
That sounds about right.
Be free.
Can't run away from it.
In these streets. Okay?
Which means don't be free.
Now, why are you clapping? You was grabbing, snatching air before. Now you got to clap it.
All up and through.
Why are you upset? I'm not even arguing with you.
I see you over at Miss Misha.
Oh, Andrea, I do surrender. Jay will tell you. I'll say one thing and I don't argue with her. Jay don't get a whole bunch of arguing.
I seen you and C-Way at Miss Misha the other day because I didn't see y'all on maths or whatever at Kojo because he wasn't here on Thursday, but I did find y'all at Miss Misha. Okay, I seen you.
You see me
in the comments section.
I was in the comments. I was in the comments.
Yeah, she was highlighting. Oh, she was like, "Hey, C-Way," and Sean said, "Okay."
I was in the comments where I needed to be. I was not camera ready.
Moving forward.
Gee, you act like I was on the panel.
When she had one, I'm pretty sure you will be there. Okay,
I would not because I am you. I'm on a very limited appearance only.
not you tracking our whereabouts, Jay.
Exactly. And see the level of petty. We have a whole group chat. You would have think she would have said something. She ain't said nothing. She waited to pull that
Sabrina
out.
Right now. Bag. I am Sabrina 2.0 right now. I'm gonna say this in front of every Tommy that's up in here. Okay.
Oh, Jay.
And I didn't snap at Sean. I did not snap at Sean. That's not what I said. I didn't say he could get voted off next week. That is not what I said. I said was it could be potentially be Sean not here next week. That's what I said. Okay. That's what I said.
No, you said you just might see me up here on this channel by myself.
He'll be up
what I was trying to say.
You guys are hilarious.
Jay, just know I'm not gonna be able to. I don't watch that show. You already know how I feel about that.
I know, boo. I know. Y'all know you be in the chat though.
I'll come.
See-Way be in the chat just like me when I'm on Mav's chat, act like I watched the show, just talking smack.
Yeah, we need to put the leg on the math chat, on the math live. I ain't got the energy. There's too much going on.
Shoot, I don't know how y'all got the energy for Mavs. I'd be like, bruh, I'm over it.
I don't. We don't. That's why we weren't live on Thursday. We don't. It wasn't giving nothing to be talking about for 2 hours, 3 hours. That episode was giving absolutely nothing. I was not finna sit around be talking about the same thing with these people doing the same stuff. Steve still ain't got no job. What's his face is still crying. It's the same stuff going on. Too much.
She said she's a petty queen. Remy Ma. Queen of what? Queen of what?
No, don't get her riled up, please. No.
That's cool. I mean, if she thinks she is the queen, Remy Ma is a queen of a lot of things, but petty she will not be. That is me.
Nobody's more petty than a Leo. Y'all get the pettiness.
Exactly. Now is Remy Ma a Leo? Is she a Leo?
We got to look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. She can be one. I don't mind. She cool and all, but yeah, no. But yeah, you can take that to her later.
Two gonna make it. Danny said how many couples gonna make it? Elijah, Juan, and Katina, because she's still a prisoner of war. Oh. And Noah and Steve gonna make it probably. So I would think
so. I don't think they're gonna make it.
They're gonna make it. And then I think what's his face is gonna make it too. I think what's his face? You know, Mark the Shark and whatever. I think
they're not gonna make it.
I don't even watch that, and I'm like, no.
They're not gonna make it. They're definitely gonna say yes. They're gonna continue
on decision day. No, they're not gonna say yes.
I think. I don't even watch it, but I think Mark would say yes because I know he's a people pleaser. But I don't think Lindsay gonna say it.
How much are we betting? They're gonna say yes.
We ain't got to bet, but this is on live, so it'll be recorded.
Yeah, I could bet, and I'll hold the money for y'all. Y'all cash at me both.
We ain't giving nary a dollar for nobody on no maps.
We could put it in trust.
In the escrow. Keep it in Seaway's Iola account.
In Panama?
In Colombia.
Exactly. With my 401k.
I'm dead.
Look, it's gonna be 3 out of 5. It's 3 out of 5. They're gonna make it. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna stay together, so we can clear the record up right now. I'm not saying they're gonna stay together, but they're gonna say yes on decision day for sure.
A BLT from Tim Hortons. But Seaway probably don't like that. Seaway would want some wings.
I don't eat no BLT. You know me, because I don't want no BLT.
She would want some Hennessy wings from Dallas BBQs, and I'd have to get them FedEx same day into Chicago.
Yeah, I've still been trying to duplicate them Hennessy wings to no avail.
All right, we'll talk after this on what you're doing wrong. Let's see. I don't know. I never did.
I ain't cooking them.
I know you ain't, but Mark might
buy them. Order
None of us are cooking them.
Mark don't cook either.
No, he cook, but not no Hennessy wings.
Okay,
that's the bull crap I want. He ain't no Hennessy. I mean, if I asked him to, but I don't know. I just go buy it.
All right, so
I don't cook like that.
But yeah,
they want the Hennessy wings too. Recipe, Jay.
Okay, we
I can
try it if you got it.
I don't know what theirs gonna taste. I don't know what theirs tastes like. I would need to taste theirs first to really figure out what the ins and outs are. But I can give you guys. I can make up one and see how it come up.
Yeah, because I would try it. I would try it one day to see if I can just duplicate it.
See, Candace knows.
All right, so I guess now I got to make a trip to NYC to find out what these damn wings taste like. Jeez, y'all just want me to in New York so damn go bad.
Listen. Chris Natha can attest as well. Those wings was hitting.
Y'all want me to cut up in NYC so bad.
And their drinks had me sleepy.
They were good.
The drinks are so good. The whole experience was.
No, we're not about to be like Paul Manhattan. Not at all.
Nobody is seasoning the grease around here.
Exactly.
Nope.
Okay, that was her other side. That was her people of no color side coming out. That was what that is.
Good night.
Dallas BBQs, Andrea. Dallas BBQs.
I gotta go there for a graduation.
Soon, I'm trying to get the setup together for it and stuff. Yeah, I might get some videos from at work though. I might do some pastry videos.
That'll be good.
And whatnot.
Look, High Vibe asked me you gonna do some pastry.
No, I just answered her. I was just saying soon. I'm trying to get the setup and whatnot. My kitchen is totally small right now, so I'm really trying to get we're looking for a house right now, so I'm trying to get a better atmosphere. And I will go to my dad's, but they make too much noise over there, and then he gonna want to eat all the food. So yeah, no. But yeah,
that would be fun.
Huh?
I said that would be a whole vibe and fun. You get your dad,
get
your auntie.
Oh my gosh, my dad is up in
house in Vegas. Now that would be.
Now, yeah, my aunt's house in Vegas definitely. That's the whole kitchen right there. Y'all be looking at the Martha Stewart kitchen over there. She got it going on. I might have to make a weekend down there and do a whole video.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a video of her.
Auntie would be dropping it low in between your cooking.
In between her cooking as well, because she's gonna be right up in there with me. Got them boobs all in the pot like Carmen. Oh, okay, yeah. We just over here bumping our gums, as Sean like to say. Child, I don't know. We'll be here for some hours. Y'all do not have to stay with us. So we go ahead and dismiss ourselves from this, because otherwise we gonna get.
This will go on and on and on.
We're on 10 different topics.
Good night and God bless.
What is this about?
Right. We'll definitely get flagged after a while, because some of these topics that we start talking about, it'd be a hot mess. So you guys have a great night. Happy Saturday still to everybody. I guess it's still Saturday for those of y'all that are in the US, and happy Sunday, Monday, wherever the hell you're at. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay blessed, stay strong, stay loved.